Greetings, humans. This is Starscream, and you're listening to ToyCast. And if any of you call me a parts former one more time...
Cliff Jumper, commence countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... And now, ToyCast. Oh, yes. Listen in to the only toy podcast you will ever need.
And welcome to an all-new generation of ToyCast as we get the origins of any and all toy fans that we can. I'm, of course, TF2 and Mike, and today's featured guest is a maniacally motivated writer, podcast host, as he is one half of the Safeguardian team that makes up 2Mikes 2Furious. Please help me welcome, in loving memory, Brian O'Connor, a.k.a. Mike by the Slice, a.k.a. Mikel Andrews. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, thank you. Oh, God, that was quite the intro. I need that in my life.
Yes. Now you have half of your eulogy.
I think that's the full eulogy. I think we're good. I think that covered everything I've done in my whole life.
Oh, God. Yes, folks, ToyCast is back after a couple of years. It was not planned to be off for 2 years between the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2026. Well, it was only off for a year. I was trying to get a specific set of guests for episode 195, but that just didn't work out. And you and I and the other 4-hour Gilligan, I'm going to call him Gilligan because, you know, he's stuck on his 4-hour tours usually. You know, because, yeah. Between us three Mikes, we've got Italian jobs and other things we have to do this year.
That's right.
That's right. So yeah. But yeah, folks, ToyCast is back. We're going to be talking more toys here on ToyCast. This is ToyCast Origins. And yeah, starting it off. What is...
First of all, can I scale it back a little bit? Can I do a question zero, if you will? No. I just want to say I'm glad you took a hiatus, and we had talked about doing this a long time ago. Yeah, hold on. There's context for that. I'm glad we took the break because we talked about doing this a long time ago, and I was just not in the best toy collecting headspace. Like, my collection was starting to feel like a burden. I had just moved into a new house. I wasn't like emotionally jazzed about being a toy collector at that time. Now I've had time to grow back into it. I've put up new shelves. I've stacked things up. And just recently, just in the last few months, I've kind of rediscovered my love of toy collecting. So I think we waited for the perfect time for this.
There you go. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. You know what usually happens when I find that my collection becomes a burden? I sell everything.
You just burn it to the ground and start again.
Burn it to the ground, baby. Cue Nickelback. Burn it to the ground.
That's very Kylo Ren of you.
No.
You're just like Kylo Ren, Mike. You're Kylo Ren in Last Jedi, the best Star Wars film.
Get out. Get the fuck is wrong? Get the fuck out right now. Get out.
I stayed. Hit me with these questions.
Hit you upside the head.
This sounds like a separate podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be pizza. This is supposed to be pizza. Frisbee, also good. Zing. I didn't hit him. It was Mike with the. That's right. It was me with the thing. Hit you right in the head with the pizza pan from 16, whatever year that was in Turtles 3.
You know, there is one little improvement. We're talking franchises here, bud. All you got to do is keep your delivery to under 30 minutes. Let's see what we got here. We got a pizza. Got that, dude? Pizza. Frisbee. Also cool. Who frisbeed me in the face? I'm out of here. Why, I with Mike, with the thing.
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
I'll take it.
That's right. Zing. What is or was the first toy you remember having as a kid?
Yeah, so I'll preface this one by saying I didn't know the names of these at the time. I had to look them up. It took me a long time to know, but I vividly remember owning a Crix Madine from Return of the Jedi, one of the vintage Return of the Jedi figures, a Skull Scavenger from Voltron, and I had to Google this just yesterday. I realized I had never looked it up in my whole life, but the Skull Scavenger from Voltron was the other one, and Rio Blast from Motu. Those were the big three. Those were like the bathtub toys.
Okay, then.
Are you familiar with any of those? Do you have any of those? Or
no, I don't have. I don't have any of those now. I probably had some of those then when I was a kid.
I think it's really funny that my one Star Wars toy as a kid was Crix Madine. You know, everyone's favorite beloved Return of the Jedi character, Crix Madine.
What scene was that character in? I don't even remember that character, honestly.
It was in the same scene as like Mon Mothma. He was one of the ones talking to the rebels, getting them prepped for their upcoming mission on Endor.
Okay. Yeah, all as I remember about that scene is many Bothans died to bring us this information.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Crix Madine was not one of those Bothans. He was there and alive.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying, but what I remember about that scene is just what she says. That's all I remember about that scene, about them getting ready for that mission.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Like, I don't remember any. Like, we watched. When did we do over on Studio 2009? We've done 12 months of Star Wars for the last 5.5 years that podcast has been going. We covered all of the films.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that. I'm going to go check that out. That's awesome.
Dude, geekcastradio.com. We've got over 4,000 podcast episodes.
Oh, man.
In 17 years. Yeah. Anyway.
I didn't know you did the Star Wars thing, though. Oh, but okay. All right.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it's me and my buddy Dave. Dave is a huge Star Wars nerd and everything else. He actually has a Revenge of the Jedi poster in his house.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's a big Star Wars nerd.
That's a big fan.
He's older than us, but being his friend is kind of worth it because he has all the knowledge. He's kind of like the Yoda in the room a little bit.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, very cool. He's kind of like the Seibert, but older, and he doesn't care about talking for 4.5 hours. Thank God. You know I'm going to throw him under the bus every freaking time.
But I will say this, in defense of my co-host Mike Seibert, when I went to listen to your episode of ToyCast, TFG and Mike, yours is about 3 hours long. So you came.
It was like, it's so close. It's like 3 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Yeah,
I was 4 minutes shy. I still count that. If it's 3 hours, 56 minutes, it ends in a 6. You round up, that's 4 hours.
Right, it's very Han Solo of you. But
technically, It was 4 hours. I just edited it down to get it under 4.
You and Mike Seibert are a pair of twins, and you were born like 4 seconds later, and you call him like the old one.
Well, he is the old one because, God, how old is he? I'm
not going to dox him here.
I'll dox. I don't care.
He's my partner in crime.
Yeah. All right. Was there a particular adult who supported you, who was God, all right. It's only question 2, folks.
Stop, hook, bridge.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The bridge let me off. Like, literally, like the bridge just oh, God. The bridge just drive right over, just zoom all the way. Now I'm getting the Fast and the Furious moments in my head.
Too Fast, Too Furious, actually.
That's right.
Bridge is open.
The bridge is open. Was there a particular adult who was supportive of you playing with toys as a kid? Was there anyone who was unsupportive?
Nobody was wildly unsupportive. I'll say that. My parents waffled a bit, especially as I got older. They were a little concerned that I didn't grow out of toys as fast as they would like. But I don't know. Before that, and even on and on, everyone was pretty supportive. I would say everyone bought me toys at one point or another. All the adults in my life contributed to my kind of toy addiction. My grandma Bonnie, I don't think she was particularly like a toy lover, but she was obsessed with she was addicted to shopping, and she would go to KB Toys and buy out their entire clearance section and come home with 3 garbage bags full of toys from all different toy lines, vehicles, play sets from stuff that I'd never heard of, and just dump them out on the floor. And it was just it was very overwhelming, but it also kind of made me like every toy line because I had probably one of everything from that situation.
And this was just any old day. It wasn't Christmas. It wasn't your birthday. It was just
it wasn't.
They were on sale.
It wasn't weekly, but it happened more than once, and it happened not in connection to a holiday.
Wow,
pretty crazy.
This is very crazy. What types of toys were your favorites to play with? Now, when I say types, okay, we know what action figures are, but toy guns, squirt guns or Lincoln Logs or Legos, or were you more of a bicycle or,
no.
Okay, but
not that one.
Okay. But okay, maybe not a bicycle, but what am I trying to think of here? The other bike, the big wheel. That's what I was trying to think of.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was too rich for my blood too.
Okay, fine.
But anyway, I think I get the question though. But I guess the only real way I could qualify it maybe is sci-fi stuff. I don't know if that's the type you're looking for. Are you looking more for
that's
technical
form of it?
Space stuff, space stations, that sort of thing. Anything with aliens. Not as much fantasy. I don't know, fantasy, sword and sorcery stuff. Knights didn't interest me, but space stuff really got me going.
So you're more Star Wars than He-Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That Rio Blast was my one and only Motu figure. And I did not pick it out.
The sad thing is that I was the opposite. I didn't dislike Star Wars. I just never had any of it. I had Transformers. And again, this isn't people can go back to episode 113 of the podcast and listen to my story, but I'm just saying that I found Star Wars a lot later in life than everybody else, I guess. And I had more He-Man stuff, whatever. Anyway, do you?
I'm with you there. Actually, I didn't really discover Star Wars until I was 13. I remember, and I was, and I just kind of bit in hard after that. But no, they weren't in my toy box as a kid, except for that one random Crix Maydeen.
Jeez. What were your favorite childhood toys that really stood out more than the others? So you take that entire garbage bag and you see it dumped out all over the place. Let's just say it's a garbage bag of all of your favorites or whatever. What stands out more than anything else? What is gravitating you towards one or the other over everything?
Yeah, I would say probably Ghostbusters. Anything Ghostbusters. I remember that I was very obsessed with that as a IP, or I guess I didn't know it was called that at the time, obviously, but
Right.
But I remember, like, as a kid, I had Berenstain Bear books, and in the margins of those books, I was always drawing Ghostbusters all the time, labeling it Egon, and I'm pretty sure that I was probably basing them off my toys more than I was the cartoon or anything, because I didn't have access to that as much.
Yeah.
But man, those toys, like, that's the thing I remember. Everything else was just like, here's a big bag of stuff. Like, I don't remember like being like, oh, this is that. I now know that there was army ants in there. I now know that there was barnyard commandos in there. I remember vividly getting that, like, one of the GI Joe snow vehicles in one of those KB toy bags. But they were all just like, oh, neat. But like Ghostbusters, I knew what that was.
Yeah.
You Ghostbusters guy at all?
A little bit. Not so much of the toys. If I actually had, like, if I sought out some of the Funko Pops, I would, but I haven't. I don't know. I'm more into the movies are fine. The first two movies are fine, to clarify.
Sure.
I haven't seen some of the other, like, I saw the movie that happened 10 years ago, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, that's Ghostbusters. Okay. I saw Afterlife, and I was like, okay, they're trying, and I have not seen Frozen Empire as of yet.
Yeah, there's mixed reviews on that from people. I like it, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. I just know we're never going, because obviously several people are no longer with us, which is fine.
Right.
It is what it is. I still have, and that's the thing. Like, I try to look at the two things. I try to look at things at the time that they are made, and two, just because something new has been made doesn't mean, unless the rights holders or unless something happens where it's gone, but it doesn't mean that what came before it has, like, you haven't taken that away. That still happened. You haven't erased that from history, unless it's been erased from history by the rights holders saying, oh, sorry, we're never going to have this anywhere ever again. You're never going to have a DVD of this. You're never going to have this. I mean, we still get re-releases of stuff on 4K, Blu-ray, blah, 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 blah. Physical media matters. Physical media rules. But the streaming services stuff, you have all this stuff hopping from for years. We've had it hopping from one streaming platform to another streaming platform to another streaming platform. As of this recording, all of the James Bond movies are about to hop to Netflix coming January 15th. Hopefully I'll have this podcast out by January 15th. But the point is that, it all, as long as everything that came before, whatever the new thing is still there, if the new thing isn't your thing, you can still go back and rewatch the old, like, what's the...
If only in your mind, even, too. I mean, it doesn't change how you felt about it, and doesn't change what it meant to you.
Yep.
Even if they, destroy every copy of the streaming show.
Yeah. Exactly.
I have some... before we move on, I have a couple honorable mentions for this question.
Sure.
I have to bring up. Ninja Turtles was huge. Like, that was my other... Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles, probably neck and neck there for a while. But I wanted to mention this one because this is probably the first toy line that wasn't kind of foisted upon me by consumerism. It wasn't, it wasn't my parents going out and being like, this is the cool thing, and bringing it home. And then that's how I kind of fell in love with Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles. The first thing I saw on TV that I remember actively, like, begging my parents for was Power Rangers stuff. I couldn't find them in toys at all, but I would see the commercials and I would beg for Power Rangers stuff. That was my first real, like, I chose it want.
I don't know where the picture is, but I have a picture of 15-year-old me in my mom's apartment in Florida Because that's what all New Englanders do when they get old and they want to, whatever, they go to Florida.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But we were down in Florida. It was 1995. The movie just came out. And I saw the movie, and the first thing, there are like multiple times in my lifetime that I've done this. I see a thing in a movie, I immediately have to go out and get the thing.
Yeah.
And the two biggest instances of this that I remember in my lifetime, one I was 15, the other I was, what the hell year was that? 2003. I was 23. I'll tell that story in a minute. But I was 15. As soon as I saw the Ninja Falcon Zord close up its wings and do the money shot of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, where the entire budget went for the biggest percent, because my buddy Jesse and I just did a commentary last year at the end of last year.
Yes,
for the 30th anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the commentary. We were talking about the budget and whatever else, and we both agreed 90% of the budget for the production went into that money shot for that Falcon coming at the screen with the rockets and the thing and the wings and the clothes. Oh my God. As soon as I saw that when I was 15 in 1995, I'm like, I have to go find that toy right now. Whatever toy store, I don't care. I don't care if it's Toys R Us. I don't care if it's KB. I don't care if it's a hole in the wall at the end of the jetty on Daytona Beach. I need that mother toy.
Yes.
So we go out and we go out and we find it, whatever. My mom went out and found it, whatever. And there's I don't know, it's floating around here somewhere in all these photos that I haven't scanned into my computer yet. I haven't found it anywhere yet, but there's a photo of me with anyone see me online now, you know that I either have a full Wolfman out of control beard, or luckily right now it's shaved down and actually in control. Oh. I have half a peach fuzz, more sideburns than actual facial hair in this photo. And I'm just looking at this toy. So I have the toy in my hand, its face looking at my face. And I'm just like, yes. And the other time that this moment happened where I had to go out and get something, and I know this is supposed to be your story.
No, I love this.
I just can't help tell this story. Look, I promise, folks, this is not going to turn into a Mike Seibert 4-hour podcast. I promise. But it was right. It was February 14th, 2003. You know what happened on February 14th, 2003, Mike?
The end of the world?
No!
Valentine's Day. Bummer.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But you know what they released on February 14th, 2003?
No, what? Oh,
Daredevil.
I do know this. Daredevil. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Hell yeah. I was there. I was at
it. So was I. The problem was I almost didn't go because the next day, my cousin Rachel and her fiance Joe were getting married. Now, my cousin Rachel is 3 years younger than me. She is the cousin who I was most close to throughout our childhoods. And I'm like, it is your night before your wedding. I am not going to ruin the night before your wedding by going to see a superhero. Like, no, you should be with your fiance. I'm like, she practically beat me over the head and said, no, we're going to this damn movie. You're going to go with us. End of story.
Love it.
When a Massachusetts woman, whether she's your cousin or not, says shit like that, you just shut up and listen. Yeah. So we go to the movie. We go and we have whatever dinner, because we at the time it was at Kingston Independence Mall. It was at their movie theater. That's where we went. So we went to the food court. We did the whole mall crawl food court movie theater thing, and we go to the movie. And in the movie, now mind you, this is 2003. it had been a full 2 years since Nickelback had released Silver Side Up with the hit How You Remind Me.
Mm.
So I had just been waiting 2 full years, not counting Hero from Spider-Man in 2002. Not counting that, but a full 2 years since an actual Nickelback album. So I'm watching the movie. Quesada gets off and he goes to the bar and we get the bar scene.
Yes.
And my ears perk up and I'm like, wait a minute. No, because it's a distorted music. It's a distorted. And I'm like,
right.
No.
Through the fan.
Through the fan. Yep. And I'm like, no. And I listen. Yes. Yeah. It's Nickelback. Learn the hard way. And I'm like, what is this? And why is it in this damn movie? And yes, I did bleep fuck, but I don't give a fuck that I bleeped it because I'm used to doing it sometimes. And throughout the whole movie, I kept it I filed it away and I kept it in the back of my mind. And luckily it was a 7 p.m. showing. Most of the mall stores didn't close till 9. The movie got out at something like 15 minutes before the mall was going to close. Movie gets out. I'm like, I'll be right back. I got to go to Record Town. It's 2003. I'm 23 years old. I'm probably 300 pounds right now. At 45 years old, I'm 458 pounds. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I move as fast as I could, and it's probably the fastest I had moved in 4 years. I'm booking it to Record Town. I'm like, you guys got the Daredevil album, the new soundtrack for the movie that you just played in the theater down the street there? Yeah, we got it. Okay, here's my money. Basically, Fat Fry, shut up and take my money. Like, give me that. I want this out. The
writers of Futurama were there behind you going, that could be something.
Yeah, that could be something. Yeah, exactly. Even though Futurama came out earlier, I'm pretty sure. And we were already, yeah, I think so. But yeah, no, those are the two instances where I was like, yeah, I need, just from a movie standpoint, I need that. So, yeah, exactly. So I get it. I completely understand it.
And to tie it back to the Falcon Zord, that toy did not disappoint.
Oh no, they had to make sure that was fully accurate to what you saw on the screen, because if they didn't, we were going to riot. The children of 1995 were going to riot if that was not toy accurate to the film. Because
metallic in the right spots, the gold, gorgeous.
Yep, absolutely. And honestly, out of those Zords, the Falcon Zord, the Wolf Zord, and the Frog Zord were the only ones that mattered to me. The other two, the bear and the ape, I did not care. The only thing the bear was good for was when she said, "Oh, you want to boogie with the bear," and kicked him in the nuts. I
love the bear. I love yellow though. That's my jam.
Okay,
what about the crane? You're missing the crane. Where does it
place the crane
on the spectrum?
Crane Jord, Schmain Jord. To quote Ivan.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Back to business here.
Are we on question 2? Jeez.
No, we're on 5 at this point.
All right.
Do you prefer the label of action figures, dolls, toys, or other labels?
You know, in my younger days, I probably would have gone to bat over action figures. But now that just sounds kind of pretentious to me. I'm fine with toys. I say toys. I wear toys proudly.
Yep.
There was that weird time where toys had more of a sexual connotation. You had to kind of watch yourself when you said toys. But now I think we took it back. You know, I think we've reclaimed toys, so we can say it.
Yeah.
I will say though, don't call any of my stuff that I own dolls. Dolls are their own thing. Yeah. I won't go to bat for dolls. I don't own any dolls. When someone calls my action figure, they can call it a toy all they want. But if they call it a doll, get the fuck out of my house.
I mean, if it's 12 inches and it's cloth, it's a doll.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like if there's a bottle sticking out of its mouth or its eyes shut when you lay it down, that's a doll.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Right. But my giant Michelangelo from the live action, 2014 movie, that's not a doll.
That's not a doll. No. Good guys or bad guys? Which toys were your favorites to play with the most?
Good guys. Always good guys. Still good guys. Can't beat it. I obviously had some bad guys. I think everyone does, but I don't remember a time in my life of like choosing to own a bad guy. Actively did not.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. I do understand the irony of like, how do you play properly if you don't have a bad guy?
Right.
But,
yeah.
Never sought them out. But I'm glad my, family did. Like they just grabbed whatever was on the shelf. Luckily, that probably spurred my imagination. If it were just me choosing, it'd just be like, all good guys. And then they sit here and talk about their day. They have no one to fight. It's a utopia.
Now, the only way it wouldn't be a utopia is if somehow a certain good guy's personality chip would fall out. And then he would become an annoying little prick. And then he would technically be a bad guy, Gears.
What happened? I suddenly feel so good-natured.
Oh, obviously this circuit modulated your personality. But that can wait. Now watch and marvel as I harness the mighty power
Yeah.
of the sun.
Right. Like life, it's like life would find a way. It's like chaos theory, like an enemy would be created.
Yes, exactly. I don't know. Like for me, it's more like you need to have I don't see Blaster fighting anybody else. Like there's certain good guys that have specific, like the whole honor thing, like the whole like Ultra Magnus is Mr. Honorable, must follow all rules or else, like he's a stick in the mud.
Yeah,
because he is like, well, but I'm saying like G1 Ultra Magnus specifically. I'm specifically talking about Generation 1 Ultra Magnus. Same thing with Cyclonus. Cyclonus is another one of those types where he's not a stick in the mud, but he's a type of bad guy that he has honor among him where he will follow the rules no matter what. So you have those two go up against each other. That kind of thing. Besides, two tape decks and their armies going against each other just makes sense. I mean, come on.
Right. That is cool.
Yeah, you can't beat that. No. Can't beat that with a
They're breakdance fighting. That's right. That was the first breakdance fight.
That's right. Breakdance fighting. That's right. Okay, so this wait a minute. What is or was your favorite toy vehicle or playset?
So this is another one I had to look up. I had this amazing space station playset. It turns out it was the 1984 Playworld Little Playmates space station set. I want you and everyone out there to Google this when you have a chance and take a look at it. It was the space station itself plus 5 vehicles plus aliens and astronauts. It had the most badass looking UFO with like this huge gun on it. That I remember. That stuck out to me. I like I said, my grandma would bring home stuff, and usually that stuff was like not a character. It was like their vehicle or something.
Right.
So I had lots of like these random playset pieces all over, but that's the one I remember. Like I was just so happy, like playing Space House with that.
Very cool. Very cool. Question 8's a little strange. And trust me, folks, there will be a question 9. I've never seen that show at all. I have no interest, but that shit is all over social media. I had to make that joke.
Yeah.
Did you did you and your friends ever, quote unquote, pretend with your toys that you had? By this, I mean, did you say, I'm going to be this toy and you can be that toy? Like, this Mike can be the piece of glass and Mike Seibert can be the Coke bottle top, etc., etc.
You know, I've heard you ask this question a few times now on other shows, and I feel like there's some sort of like projecting going on or some repressed memory you're trying to get out, but maybe we don't have to cover that today.
No, but
it feels like there's something. It feels like your most loaded question in this lineup.
Okay, perfect example. I have them right here. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm not turning on the camera, but like, okay, so say you came up, whoops. Way to fall down, Batman. Say you came over to my house and I said, okay, I'm going to be Batman Beyond and you can be Blight. So we're going to be fighting each other kind of thing. And I, as Batman Beyond, have to now defeat you as Blight, but we are holding the figures kind of thing.
Sure.
But I am going to take on the characteristics of being Batman Beyond.
Right.
It's a
I still say there's something there. There's some dark story you're trying to get out, but I get the question. And to answer it, I would say I was always, or I would, because of my name, I would always get to be Michelangelo for Ninja Turtle purposes.
Right. Yeah.
And I had a lot of, I still to this day, I have an entire shelf of just Michelangelo. That was kind of my thing. But on the flip side, that worked for me. But then later, you know, when Power Rangers came out, my friend Jason was named Jason. That didn't work out in my favor. Obviously, when those first few episodes come out, everybody wanted to be Jason. Yep. He got to be it because of the name. But it was like a double standard. But I didn't get that. I was just like, what the hell? How do you get to be Jason? Just horrible human at that age. I guess I was. I also, you know, I was an only child. I was always doing weird stuff. I don't know if this adds up to this question, but I did act out like an entire made up season of Beast Wars with my Beast Wars action figures. Like, they had like characters and personas in this role, and it was like a multi-day storyline that was like building to. So this is probably like, I don't know. I was probably like right into the age where I was starting to get into like writing and storytelling and maybe should be kind of moving away from the action figures, but it was right kind of like middle of the Venn diagram moment. And I ended up like making this huge story. I just remember very vividly. That was just me by myself. I didn't have any friends helping me. I was just like acting it out on my own. All the characters.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. I'm also an only Mike. So, oh no,
This explains so much.
Oh God, yeah. But then I just have in my head only Mike's. Oh no,
yeah,
that would not be a good.
Let's start a podcast. People can start an only Mike's account. OM, send me your OM.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, no. If this wasn't the ToyCast origins of Mikel Andrews, I would call this episode Only Mike's. Oh my God, that's just not even. So God, the next episode the three of us do. Oh God,
Only Mike's.
No. Why?
Next question.
What features define a good toy to you? How true does the item feel in comparison to the source material likeness?
You know, when I heard this question, I was all set to say character likeness and articulation, kind of a flat answer. But really, one of my favorite toy lines was Power of the Force. You know, the Star Wars figures that were a little more buff.
Yep.
I like those, and those were just, 5 points of articulation. But I look at those, like, in my collection, the ones I still have, and the ones I've rebought, and those make me, like, 1,000 times more happy than any of, like, my Black Series figures that are, like, so hyper-accurate to the character. I just think maybe those... So, I don't know. I guess... I don't know how to articulate, I think, what I like in the toy line. It's not hyper accuracy, stylized, I guess maybe is the word.
Interesting.
Like I actually am one of the few that like don't care for screen accuracy. Like I want it to be like a little off from what you see on there. And I think that's what I loved about, the Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters toy lines, is there were so many toys that were like, they never appeared in the cartoon. It was just imaginative toy designers just coming up with crazy ideas.
Yeah.
And you just accepted it.
Yeah. What does toy packaging have to draw you in? So you go into whatever. Let's just imagine a world in 2026 when there actually are real toy stores that aren't Walmart and Target. But let's, you go into a toy store, you go into the whatever section you want, Masters, Ghostbusters, whatever it is, and you see all the things, and what's the thing that the packaging has to have to make you pick this one over that one?
Oh, bright colors. Like bright neon colors. I heard Aaron Archer say this once in one of his podcasts. He was talking about how like yellow toys and the color yellow has been known to sell more toys, and that's the whole reasoning behind Bumblebee and Hotshot, and that's most appealing to kids. And that was 100% me. Yellow Ranger, Michelangelo, bright yellow, or neon green stuff as I got a little older, like anything neon green. I think what's that toy line, like the G.I. Joe offshoot that's really like hyper color. Pixel Dan collects it, but not a lot of other people do.
Oh,
Ninja Force.
Yeah,
is it Ninja
like
Force?
I don't know what it is, but I know
it's like the bastard child of G.I. Joe. But he and I are in the same boat. Like that's the G.I. Joe I really like.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I know, because we don't live in a world where there are actual toy stores anymore, folks. I mean, there are some mom and pop shops, but there's no. And if I don't you dare say this, but there is no more Toys R Us. And when I say don't you dare say, oh, it's in Macy's. No, I don't get Macy's bullshit. Shut the. It's in Macy's. There are no standalone Toys R Us stores anymore. There's no KB. There are no standalone toy stores anymore. It's Walmart. It's Target.
Yeah.
It's online. And hey, that's the world we live in, and that's fine. But I think if there were standalone toy stores now, I think for me, the thing that would get me to notice things that I would want more, and I know a lot of people would be like, oh no, that's too garish. Blacklight, blacklight everything. You need a blacklight section. So, you know how when they go down the toy aisles in Toy Story 2 when they're in Al's Toy Barn, and there's the Barbie aisle, and there's this aisle, an entire aisle that's like tinted off from the other aisles that is nothing but black, because you have to have the black lights in there. So you have the black lights in there that is like, compare that to, oh God, Gone in 60 Seconds. Black light. You want to hide a whole bunch of information? You need a black light. You remember the 70s? Too young, thank God. Oh God, I love that fucking movie. Anyway, point is, like, I have a whole bunch of blacklight Funko Pops. I have a whole oh God, blacklight, man. I love. There was a point, and I might still do this, when they released this is so silly. When Hawkeye first came out on Disney Plus. Funko released a purple-haired. It was all blacklight colors, but her hair was purple. I think you're about to name my one and only blacklight Funko Pop that I own. Kate Bishop with Lucky the Pizza Dog. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now imagine a wall of 30 of those. Okay. Yep. With giant black lights around them. Amazing. Lighting them up. I had an idea to do that in my apartment when that show debuted, when that pop was released. I never did it. I think I have currently 3 blacklight Kate Bishop, Lucky the Pizza Dog Funko Pops in my collection. That's as close as I got.
Well, I think you should still do that idea. I think you should get other characters. I think that would make that wall more impressive. But I like where your head's at. Maybe not more impressive, but maybe like more socially acceptable if you have company.
You never know. Oh boy, where the? Go ahead,
well, you figured out to tie it back to I think
toy
I got
packaging.
a little off point. Yeah, the toy packaging part of it. So like. Here's an example of toy packaging that really appeals to me in a modern sense. I know the Toxitron one. I won't call it like G2 packaging, even though those technically were like the G2 re-releases.
Yeah.
But like the Transformers Legacy Toxitron and all its buddies, the Orange Jazz, that toy packaging, that sort of like Nickelodeon slime splatter. Oranges and greens, like that was where my heart was at when I saw those.
When they released, is it when before the current Toxitron release? Was it BotCon? What was the original Toxitron release?
Oh yeah, I think it was like a BotCon.
Was it the BotCon animated because it was Optimus Prime, wasn't it? Didn't they?
I don't think it was animated, but yeah, I think because animated drew theirs based on Toxitron already existing.
Yeah. I don't remember off the top of my head. I have pictures of it somewhere. We'll have to find it after the show. But I remember there being, when they put out, look, you give me a purple Optimus Prime and a black and purple Rodimus Shattered Glass. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hello. Duh.
Oh man.
Yep. All right. Age-old question. Do you open your toys or do you leave them packaged? If you keep toys packaged, do you have any specific criteria for that?
Man, if you would have asked me this question like 10, maybe even 5 years ago, I would have been like, only idiots keep their toys in packaging. Toys are meant to be opened. What's wrong with you people? But I don't know. Recently, it's been getting harder and harder to keep them in the packaging. I don't know. I don't know if it's just like getting older and wiser and thinking about resale value and all these other like sad, depressing things. But it gets tough. But I still think, to answer the question, I still think in my core, 50-50 coin, I have to choose open them. Open your toys.
This is why I absolutely love Funko. We're not jumping down to question 21 or 22 or whatever, wherever the Funko question is, but this specific question is why I love Funko. Because regular toys, what does a regular Ghostbusters toy have in package? It has whatever the box is, whatever the cardboard is, whatever the plastic insert is, and then all of the toys have twist ties. Yeah. All of them. Every fucking toy has twist ties. Funko only has the outer paper, whatever, cardboard. It's cardboard, not paper. Right. Cardboard box and a plastic insert. I have never had any issues taking out or getting Funko Pops back into their boxes, and they look fine unless you unless you don't see a piece of tape that's on the box from like if I go onto Whatnot and I buy a Funko Pop from somebody and they tape up the box for support or something, and I miss the tape and I rip the box, that's on me. Hello, that's my issue. But generally, I can open them, take them out, put them back in. Literally, I've done a whole Batman Beyond photo shoot because the other day it was the 27th anniversary of Batman Beyond. I literally am looking at Blight and battle damage Batman Beyond right now, out of box. But I can put them back in their boxes and they're fine. They don't lose their value. They're fine. They're still there. Yeah. The boxes are still whatever. Normal toys? I don't know.
No.
Those twist ties are really, really hard.
The most careful toy opener, you can't get it back. You can't put Humpty Dumpty back together.
No.
But Funko Pop, yeah, I'll agree. I mean, I know we're not fast forwarding to the Funko questions yet, but I also have been bitten by the whatnot bug and getting Funko Pops off there. And that's where one of this big problem, this is where like my philosophy is coming from right now, is that I still have all the boxes that they came in, even though I've opened most of them. I'm just like, they might help me display them later. I don't know what to do. It's the first time where it's like,
inbox display
this is aesthetically is better. Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. Inbox display, out of box display. It does not matter. They display well, no matter what.
And just, you can stack them, right?
Oh, absolutely.
There's so many times where I'm like, well, I can fit 4 toys here because they have to stand on flat ground and they can't stand on each other's heads, and that's the end of it. Funko stacks.
Yep. And this is not a promotion, folks, even though I am friends with one of the people that works there. But if you go to $7bucksapop.com and check out their pop armors, they are the best hard stacks in the game. You can actually stack them very evenly. They have magnetic lids. And
wow.
That's the entire, all 12, every Batman Beyond Funko Pop that Funko has released. I'm sending Mike this picture in Discord, folks. You can't see it in the audio. But that's every single Batman Beyond Pop that Funko has released. My collection is complete for Batman Beyond, and those are all in line. They are just, I mean, that's a great inbox display.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
It looks so freaking cool, kind of thing. At the same time, I can still, do something. Okay, there's that photo. I can do something like this with them out of box. And no, folks, I'm not editing this part out of the show because this is how we roll around here.
That's right.
That's a top-down shot.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's great about Funko and their boxes. If as a kid or adult, you only were allowed to choose one toy franchise to collect from, which would you choose and why?
Ooh, so I've been thinking about this. I'm going to answer as both a kid and an adult.
Okay.
As a kid, I think if you would have asked me this and I was a kid, my gut answer would have been Ninja Turtles. But then later, when Extreme Ghostbusters came out, I would have wished I would have said Ghostbusters. So I would have retroactively said Ghostbusters, because when Extreme Ghostbusters came out, I was a little bit older, obviously, but wow, it just rekindled my love of toy collecting. So I feel like that would have made me extra happy or I would have been extra sad, let's say, if I didn't say Ghostbusters. I don't know. Extreme Ghostbusters made me so happy. That was one of my happiest toy collecting times ever. So nostalgic for it. And because, like, even though I was older, my parents were trying to, like, get me off toys, like, they also had nostalgia for Ghostbusters, so they were, like, more eager to buy me them for my birthday, for example.
Nice.
That was a really special time for me. And also, strangely, Batman Forever era Batman toys. I have a weird small window there where Batman Forever Batman toys were my jam.
I don't know what it is. There's something, is it in my Amazon wish list where it's in one of these things on here? I forget. Is it in Amazon or Walmart? Hopefully it's in Amazon. Hopefully Amazon will let me scroll. There was I think it was a Jada Toys thing. There was something. Ooh, Funko Pop, Dino Thunder, Tommy. I need to get that eventually.
Yep.
Just making me think of all the stuff I need to buy that's on my wish list that I can't afford.
Right.
Anyway, there was because Do you have any of the Jada Toy nano metal fig things, whatever?
I think I do. I can't remember which ones from which lines, but I think I've got a couple worked their way.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you know what I'm talking about, that's all that matters. But they came out with "Where Are You? Why Can't I Find You?" Anyway, I was looking for. That's the Knight Rider car. I'm almost there. That's the Voltron DVD set. Smallville's coming to Netflix soon. I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere. It was in here. Why can't you have a giant fin attached to the back of your car? Why can't? Wow. I reached the end of the list and I didn't find it. Holy crap. Anyway, but they have a Batman Forever Jada nano metal fig action vehicle thing. Love the Jada nano metal fig stuff.
Yeah.
Love,
and that's a cool Batmobile.
Yeah. Oh God.
My cousin actually, for cousin's Christmas, one of the things we do is build Legos, and my cousin did the Lego Batman Forever Batmobile this year.
Oh, nice!
And it looked good, damn good.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, Batman Forever, man. People hate me for this opinion. They just do. But I know what the correct opinion is, and that's fine. And I generally will go with that for the most part.
Yeah.
But,
which one will it be, Batman? Bruce's love or the Dark Knight's junior partner?
There is no way for me to save them or myself. This is all one giant death trap.
Judges? I'm sorry, your answer must be in the form of a question. But thank you for playing.
I love the first Batmobile. We'll always love the first Batmobile from '89.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that movie. I remember in 1990 sitting in JCPenney watching that on the TVs after it came out in theaters in '89. And as much as I love that movie, when Forever came out, I was all about Forever. Again, I was 1995. I was 15 years old. It was the year of just awakening everything kind of thing. And that poster. Oh my God, that poster.
Yes.
You want to talk about an awakening, folks. You know what poster I'm talking about. Dr. Chase Meridian. Oh my God.
Oh my. Yeah. I'm right with you. I'm right with you.
But the poster, the song, the movie, just everything about Batman Forever. So for me personally, it goes Batman Forever, Batman from '89, Batman and Robin, and then Batman Returns, because I think Batman Returns is, out of the four of them, for me personally, I was 12 when that came out, and I actually saw it in theaters when it came out. It didn't scare me, but it kind of bored me at the time. Like, the scariest part of that movie was the beginning, with the birth of the penguin kind of thing. Well, she screams, he screams, they die, kind of thing like that. That's
a horror movie.
That kind of,
criteria.
Yeah. Batman Returns is a horror movie. It is not a Christmas movie.
I'm glad I didn't say it, but I was going to say it is for me.
Yeah, I'll give you Christmas movie. Pow, right in the Christmas movie. All right. As an adult, do you prefer vintage toys or modern toys?
Oh, well, okay. First of all, this reminds me, my adult answer to the last question was...
oops, sorry.
No, that's fine. I forgot to. Transformers, obviously now, I'm glad. That would be my one thing as an adult, I would say, because not maybe my wallet wouldn't want me to collect Transformers, but like my life is Transformers. Like I met you. I've met so many people because of my Transformers line. If something happened to the sacred timeline to stop me from collecting Transformers, that would be the most devastating thing in my life. So some days the collection of mine is kind of a burden, but overall, the podcast, the whole last 3 years with Mike Seibert and I, 2Mikes 2Furious wouldn't exist without my Transformers collecting. So it has to be that one as an adult. Looking back.
Absolutely.
All right. And now, prefer vintage or modern toys. I will echo Jason from Cracktastic Plastic about Transformers on this. I don't know. I think there's a lot of people now that it's very popular to complain about modern Transformers, but for me, they're just getting so good. Yeah. I'm so much more attached to modern Transformers than like the G1 toys. I'm the Bayverse. I'm the Bay apologist. Like I like the Bayverse movies. I like the toys from the Bayverse movies. I like Studio Series.
Podcast over. You're fired.
That's my litmus test with friends now. I just drop that out there and see who walks away. The friendship grenade. Do you like Bayverse Transformers?
You're fired.
Okay. So please, if you're going to elaborate on this, I'd love to hear it.
Nobody wants to see the robots' insides on the outside. Like, I get it. That's how they had to do it for the movies. And I understand toy accuracy, film accuracy, but like the only one of that entire line of the all 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever many films, the only one that I ever had, because the only one that I ever thought was cool enough to have, and the only reason why I thought he was cool enough to have is because he had a purple eye, was Ravage.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Fallen Ravage. I had him. He was the only one that I ever wanted out of any of those toys. I never liked the look of those toys. That Optimus Prime, you can keep your face.
Good. Fair.
Because just no, don't, and stop.
I will say this. To get us off this topic, but the Bayverse movies, people are still talking about them in designs, for better or worse. They're talking about the Bayverse movie designs, and I personally think that was what we needed to see on the big screen. The last couple of movies that came out, Bumblebee is a good movie, Rise of the Beast is a good movie, but no one's talking about those designs anymore. They made them like how the fans demanded, toy accurate, made them look like the 80s versions, closest to G1 we'll ever get on screen, and people just kind of forgot about them. And those movies did lackluster.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I like Bumblebee. I enjoyed Rise of the Beasts for what it was, but I think Bumblebee was the better movie out of the two of them.
Yeah. A lot more heart and soul in that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But before we move on from this question, I also want to say, though, there were some great vintage toys. And I guess one of the things that I miss about vintage toys, because really, I mean, the word vintage, so like every year, since we're old guys now, like there's getting to be a lot more vintage toys that fall under that vintage category. But you can't compete with like the old paint apps from like 90s, early 2000s, when they were just putting all sorts of, bells and whistles on action figures, and they weren't worried about the pricing of it. Now it's like Transformers come out and they're like, we can afford 3 colors to keep it at this price point. And they're looking more and more like shampoo bottles than they are action figures. Like, you can't compete with some of those super detailed, and there's every little button is like dotted red, and it's hard to beat that.
God, and it's funny you say that now, because now that I'm thinking about it, vintage toys, where's the cutoff now between vintage and modern? Because my thought always was vintage stops at 1999, December 31st, 1999. Modern starts at January 1st, 2000 forward. And now that I think about it, 2000 to 2010 is almost more vintage. It almost leans back in, like, I don't know. Right. Where is that? I mean,
if you think of vintage as 20 years old, and I think a lot of people do, we're talking 2005 toys are in that boat.
God. Mm-hmm. The year was 2005.
Yes. It all comes full circle.
That's right. That's right.
It is the year 2005. The treacherous Decepticons have conquered the Autobots' home planet of Cybertron. But from secret staging grounds on 2 of Cybertron's moons, the valiant Autobots prepare to retake their homeland.
What is one toy you always gravitate to more than the rest?
Yeah, this is an interesting question. If you're talking by volume, I'm an Ultra Magnus collector. It's the only Transformers character that I have a whole shelf of.
Why is that?
Ultra Magnus. I don't know. Something about that character. Ultra Magnus was my Chase Meridian. Something just awoke inside me when I saw Ultra Magnus.
What a way to... Wow. Okay. All right. Ultra Magnus is going to stick his leg out for you. Great.
When they ripped his limbs off and put them back together, ooh-wee.
You're all alive.
Some of us want to see robots' insides.
Ew.
Too far.
Ew.
No. Anyway, to clear this up, just the colors or something. I don't know. I know he's sort of like an inverse Optimus Prime, but Optimus Prime's color scheme always just came off so Captain America Boy Scout to me. The Ultra Magnus version of the coloring was just like this cool kind of frozen look. I just like that. And Ultra Mammoth is kind of like the Collectors Club Ultra Magnus as a mammoth, Ultra Mammoth. Who's like this big frozen blue and white mammoth based on the Beast Wars Neo toy.
Yep.
That one just kind of cemented, like, that's what I like about it. Like, someone had the same thought as me, as like, this kind of looks like this big frozen soldier. I don't know why, but that's why I gravitate towards that. I think it has something to do with looking like a frozen guy.
Interesting.
Weird, right?
Have they?
But I have to ask though, was this question about like what's your favorite single toy?
Yeah, like, so the difference between this one and the one earlier is that out of your entire collection, what's the one toy you gravitate to the most? Like, what's the one toy you're always going to have on your desk, kind of thing?
Then that would probably be. This is kind of a weird one because it's kind of a newer toy.
Doesn't matter.
The concept Brawn from the Studio Series from the Bumblebee movie.
Oh, cool.
The concept Brawn. Whenever I see that, and I always put it on my desk. I always take it off my shelf and put it on my desk. Whenever I see it, it just makes me happy. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. He's just this cute, chonky little snowman of a guy.
Very cool.
Whenever I see him, it's like I go, okay, I'm a Transformers collector. Whenever I'm feeling like down about Transformers collecting, it's like I look at that toy and I'm just like, no, that's why I'm in it. Stuff like this.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So even though there are always toy lines that people never purchase, are there any that you specifically and purposefully avoid? This can be a toy line, specific character, etc., etc.
Yeah, we kind of hinted at it earlier, but like Motu, He-Man.
Yeah.
I've always been like, don't touch that. don't go down that road. That's not for me. But now, as a avid listener and subscriber of Cracktastic Plastic, that's Elgin's MO. And Pixel Dan, obviously, big fan of it, wrote the book. Watching those guys more over this last year, I'm just like, damn it. And am I going to start collecting Motu? I mean, come on. And I dipped a toe in because they had that Transformers crossover. So actually, I'm looking at it right now. I do own the Megatron Armor Skeletor, and I gotta say, cool toy.
No.
No, are you just do you not like it, or are you trying to keep yourself from buying it?
No, I am not trying to keep myself from buying it. I don't like it. No.
What about the Starscream armor Scareglow? Have you seen that?
I've seen that. I've never liked Scareglow, so putting Starscream armor on him is not going to help.
I like glow in the dark toys, though. I
like glow in the dark toys, but I've just never gotten the appeal of Scareglow for Motu. I just have never.
Isn't that like the all-time most popular one too? Like that's the one like everyone needs to complete their collection.
Yeah, supposedly. I don't know. I've never. I don't know because I don't remember. Like, because for me with Motu, it's all tied to the animation, and I don't remember him be like. I think I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing here. Heaven forbid. All of the. Not that I think I'm going to get an email from Pixel Dan. You said the wrong thing in your Oh my God, Pixel Dan, listen to my podcast. Holy crap.
That's great press. If you can get in there. Talk away.
I mean, the great press was I had him on a couple of times a number of years ago. So, I mean, it's not like it's not that big of a thing, but,
Well, I just bought some of his Star Wars figures on Whatnot. So that's my
there you go.
Pixel Dan claim to fame.
There you go.
To throw back to this question though, I also for a while it was very much I'm not touching. There was like the rubber band around my finger telling me not to buy Star Wars Black Series and Marvel Legends. I was like, those aren't for me. Not going to happen ever. But then I bit into that. So now I do have a couple shelves of those characters. I have a shelf of Marvel Legends and I have a shelf of Black Series Star Wars. Not big shelves, but yeah, I fell for it.
See, this is why that's why I stick with one company that has almost all of the lines of whatever, all the characters. I can pick and choose my characters, and I know which lines I don't want.
Are you talking about Funko Pop by chance? It's not a Funko Pop podcast, folks. But
it's always a Funko Pop podcast around here. Are there any toys in the past or currently that you wish you had not bought them? Are there any toys that you may have sold that you regret letting them go?
Yeah, I won't focus on the regrets as much because I don't like that sort of nihilism. but I will say recently the Transformers Legacy crankcase was a big bummer. It was clunky. It didn't tab in places. It has some like features I don't love. That's one thing that I kind of look at when I look over it. I sort of sigh. It's kind of the opposite of the concept Brawn. I look at that and I go, ugh, I shouldn't do this anymore. And then I have to look over at the angel on my shoulder concept Brawn and go, oh, all right, I'm still in it. But that one, and also the buzzworthy Bumblebee version of Pterosaur from Beast Wars.
Oh,
just a piece of garbage. I don't know if they used a different plastic or something. But boy, that's fiddly junk. But regret getting rid of is a bigger deal. I got rid of. This was my most TFG one, Mike. I got rid of my Power Rangers collection all in one swoop. Sold it all off, and I had at a garage sale, and I had a stacked Power Rangers collection. It was very pristine, barely played with, lots of Megazords, complete, and I sold the whole lot of my Power Rangers collection with a bunch of my other toy lines, TMNT, all this other stuff, because I thought I was out of the toy game. I thought I was done.
Yeah.
And I had just moved, and I needed the cash. I sold it all probably for about $100.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I mean, now you can't even buy a single Megazord for less than 100 on eBay.
Exactly.
And I had quite a few. And I think the thing that got me, and I don't know, tell me if you've heard this or if you've heard this from other toy collectors, because I think I still can't figure out if I got scammed or not. But before our garage sale, me and my dad, before it even opened for the day, this lady showed up the night before, and she's like, my brother works at a like a Boys and Girls Club, and we just want to get a bunch of toys in bulk so that we can share with the kids, and gave me this whole sob story. And that's when I ended up being, and she was like, well, how about I'll do 100, or I think she maybe went up to like 150. And I was like, oh, all right. And I ended up selling them, it was a bummer. I ended up selling them before the garage sale even started. And I just keep thinking back in the day, did I help a bunch of kids or did I get taken to the cleaners?
I mean, the only way you could really find out is go down to the Boys and Girls Club and check in with that lady and see if she actually works there.
Yeah. Well, and I think it was like I think she mentioned it was like out of state or something. It was like Iowa or something.
Oh,
so is that the nail in the coffin there?
Yeah, damn. No, you needed to get way more information.
Yeah, I was so
because what I would have done is I would have so you had a whole garage sale. What else were you like? I'm assuming you're selling a whole bunch of other stuff besides your toys.
Yes, yeah.
You weren't so. What I would have done,
but the toys were the big thing. I mean, that was my big.
Okay, but no, I know that was your big ticket item, but I'm saying you set up the garage sale to sell a bunch of other things as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So instead of selling the toys at the garage sale, I would have signed up for Whatnot. I would have applied to be a seller. I would have gone on and done live auctions.
Yeah.
If you did a live auction, you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be. You point it at the toy. You say, hey, if you have a spinner or whatever, you show off the toy, you take pictures, you set a price. Some people usually start bids at $5. Some people start at $0. You can set a reserve price of what you actually want the toy to reach up to. Sometimes it reaches that reserve, sometimes it doesn't. Yada, yada. I don't know what the fees are or anything but I'm saying that's what you should have done, because each toy could have gotten you a amount of price of money more than $150 for the whole damn shebang.
Well, and I'll layer on some tragedy here.
Oh no.
This is 2015. There obviously Whatnot didn't exist yet. But like probably a year later, I discovered that Minnesota has this group called the Minnesota Toy Posse. And it's like big community of like toy sellers. And that's when I really started learning the value of stuff. If I just would have waited 1 year,
Mike,
I would have had a whole group. And every month they have like a toy swap. I could have sold them at, and then
I thought this was like recent, dude.
And then I'll go one step further.
Years ago.
In 2020, like pandemic hit.
Yeah,
I needed something to get me through the pandemic, and I latched on to Power Rangers. I got back into it big time, and it like hit me in the night. It was like Angel getting his soul in Buffy. I was like, oh what have I done? I let them all go. I wish I had every one of them back in my collection. That hurts.
Oh god, dude.
Hurts.
Now, see, the way I would have described that is smile time. That's how I would have described that. When Angel is beating the shit out of Spike Puppet.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great episode.
Absolutely it is.
Hey, big guy. Need another car? Afraid this last one ended up in the drink.
Spike.
Look at you.
Just turn around and walk away.
You're a...
Spike!
You're a bloody puppet!
You're a wee little puppet, man. Ow! Hey, that's enough.
Angel, what the hell happened to you?
You look ridiculous.
Get out of here, Spike.
Oh my God, Angel, you're...
Shut up! What are you people looking at? Well?
They're looking at the wee little puppet man.
Stupid, whiny piece of crap! Yes, I'm a puppet. Doesn't mean you don't have work to do.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Before we get off that question, because I haven't talked about Transformers Animated enough, and that's my bread and butter.
Yep.
But if you listen to that show, almost every episode I bring up Rescue Ratchet. That was the yellow version of Animated Ratchet that was exclusive to Target. That's my big regret. I'll probably never own that again. I miss it every day. I got rid of it. Just purely for a cash thing. I was a moving situation and I needed to free up some space and get some money at the same time. I will regret that forever. And Mike Seibert and I, he found an unopened Rescue Ratchet, and it comes packaged with 2 activators. And Mike Seibert's a big activators collector, and I just wanted this Rescue Ratchet, and it was $40. We could have split it, $20, put in $20 each, and got what we wanted out of the thing. And we just didn't. We just couldn't come to that conclusion, and we just let it go, and someone grabbed it, and we've never seen that again. But,
okay, you're selling me this story like the thing is like $4,000. You're never going to get it, and I'm sitting there thinking $40. Come on, guys, get your.
Well, no, that
shit
was
together.
A steal. That was like like someone didn't know what they had, kind of priced it just right in the box. But we were just like, it didn't. We're such bad collectors. We didn't think about splitting the pack. We were just like, it was more like a who's going to get the doll situation. The king wasn't there to say you can split it in half.
Okay. For some odd reason, I don't know who is who, but in this situation, I am Mo, and I'm knocking your heads together, Larry and Curly.
Yes. We need
morons.
That.
Yeah. Oh my God. How large or small is your toy collection? Do your toys take up the whole house, or are they relegated to one room shelf or something like that?
I think most people would think it's a huge collection, specifically my Transformers, but really compared to other like Transformers collectors, it's probably small. I haven't counted, but I guess I estimate I have around 300 Transformers. So I think normal people that have 0 Transformers would be like, oh my God, this is the biggest collection of anything ever. But it's probably not that big compared to other Transformers collectors. And Transformers stay to my office. There are toys all over the house, but I keep the collection proper to my office and the basement in my house, which my partner doesn't really care for, so I can kind of go wild down there. I do keep. Here's a weird one. I do keep bots around the house. Like I keep food ones. I keep them in the fridge, and I'll keep appliance ones in cupboards by their bigger versions, just as like a little Easter egg, I guess.
Oh my God.
I miss bots. Bring them back.
Oh God. That show was crazy.
Great show. Oh, good show.
Show was crazy. How do you keep track of your collection?
In my mind.
That's not good.
No, I know. I've been meaning to get at least a spreadsheet going, at least for my Transformers. I just haven't got around to it yet. What do you do, out of curiosity?
I have a list.
Oh, just like pen and paper, or do you use use spreadsheet, or?
I use Microsoft Word because I hate spreadsheets.
Huh. All right.
So it's essentially pen and paper. I haven't updated the list in a while. I probably should do that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to keep the list, you got to keep it up to date, right?
Yep. Probably should do that. How do you display your toys? Do you do it like all the Transformers are in one section, but do the heroes go to one side, the villains go to the other side, or are they all mixed in? What's your display preference?
Yeah. Well, first of all, my aesthetic is kind of white bookshelf or Kalex. Like, I feel like I've narrowed down that as like the best highlight of the toy collection, at least for Transformers. But yeah, I won't say I'm not a completionist, so I don't have enough to like necessarily fill a whole shelf of like, this is one show or this is one episode. But I do kind of for the movies. I have like the different movies on different shelves. I have like a Transformers Armada shelf. I have a Prime and an animated shelf. But everything else, everything that's not like connected to a show, like Legacy Generation stuff, they're just kind of all over. I like to put, I have, there's a couple shelves that it's like, these are the ones I got for my birthday in, 2019, and these are the ones I got for my birthday, or these are the ones I picked up at TFCon in 2014. Like, that's kind of a weird aesthetic I have going.
Very cool, very cool. I have to rework all of mine, but my general, this is the strangest thing, and I tell this story every episode. So most Funko Pops are characters. Some are actual people. Like, they did a American history line at one point. So they did George Washington, Abe Lincoln, yada, yada, yada. So they've done real people before.
Right.
So when I say this, I mean, at any point when the character was quote unquote born or created.
Oh.
So how I try to do my Funko Pops is whatever the earliest year is. So technically, Abe right now would probably be the earliest. And then the most recent would probably be something like... well, the most recent I can think of would probably be like What If from 2021. That line would be the most recent those characters. So
interesting.
I try to do it by year because everybody, like what you're saying now, what you just said, Transformers by the line, Transformers by this or by that, like everybody does that. And I'm like, I don't want to just put all my Funko Pops and just have the Transformers on one shelf and I want to do it as they're all Funko Pops. But let's just do it by the year that whatever the thing was, like Sesame Street started airing in 1969. So Ernie goes over right next to whatever was in 1968 or 1965 or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah. I like it. It's almost like you have your own like secret code in your head for how to organize it. That no one, if someone had to come in and do it like you, they couldn't duplicate it.
Oh God!
And yet there's still organization to it.
There's organization to it. You know what I just realized? You know what it really is, mother. And I thought of this before any of the podcast shit happened. It's number Fuck! It's number legislation. God damn it! You assholes.
Your words, now you've said it.
You assholes.
So you say you'd legislate your Funko Pops by number, is that correct?
No, I do not. It's not legislation. It's just it's number order instead of alphabetical order. Oh God, if I had to try to put them in alphabetical order, that would be cringeworthy.
Oh boy.
Do I put them in alphabetical order by What If, or do I put them in alphabetical order by character name? Yikes.
Oh, let's not go there.
No, the number order, much easier.
Yeah. I have to say this, though, because something you said kind of unlocked it when you were talking about the historical figure pops. One of my holy grail Funko Pops is Lafayette from Hamilton. I want that. That's what I have my sights set on.
Very cool, very cool.
I was worried you were judging that pick really hard.
No, I have no judgment on Hamilton thing. I just don't care.
Sure. I'll take that.
I mean, people liked it. People are, it's like same thing with Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, whatever else. Like, you like it, fine. For me, I don't care. Hey, again, I tell
at least
the
you're
story
not persecuting people for liking it. That's
you like what you like. I like what I like. That's fine. We like two different things. It's fine. Like, whatever. Like for me, it was like I make choices. So when I was a kid, I was shown, and I like both of these things. I like one better than the other, but when I was a kid, I was shown Transformers and G.I. Joe. Giant robots or the military. Okay. Yeah, military's all right. It's a nice cartoon. It's cool. You're fighting a guy dressed in blue with a metal mask and whatever. Cool, fine. He's got a voice that sounds like this.
Yeah.
And then you have giant robots from a planet that nobody knows about and blah, 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 because it's 4 million years before Earth civilization, and their planet, well, it doesn't blow up. It's not Krypton, for crap's sake, but they have to leave their planet because it's basically dead, sort of. It's not blown up, but it's dead because it has no more resources. They crash land on Earth, and they have to interact with humans. So humans and robots. That's much more interesting. I'll take Transformers over G.I. Joe any day.
Yes, please.
So you fast forward to December of 2000. I end up moving to Biloxi, Mississippi, and every new town that I ever moved to, and I still do this to this day sometimes, but back then more so, every new town I ever moved to, the first thing I ever did was go to whatever the local bookstore was and say, hey, I'm new in town. I'd like to buy some new books. Do you have any recommendations for me?
Awesome.
I'll never forget this. Yeah, I'll never forget this. Slightly older lady named Angie was there as the bookseller. She goes, I'll give you two options. I'll give you a magical world with this boy wizard, or a former lingerie buyer turned bounty hunter. Now, at 20 years old in the year 2000, can you guess which one I chose?
I was just going to say, I know.
And for those that want the answer to the riddles, the boy wizard with the magic and the whatever obviously is Harry Potter. The former lingerie buyer turned bounty hunter is Janet Ivanovich's long-running series, Stephanie Plum.
Yes.
So I went the Stephanie Plum route, and I've never read any of the books. I've seen clips and trailers of the movies, but I've never watched any of the film. I don't have an interest in it. It's not my thing. It's like, Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or whatever. Lord of the Rings, whole other thing. 14 years old, my dad, he's been a mechanic all his life. He's worked on buses all his life. And when he's working on these buses, and these are coaches, these are not, that he does work on school buses, but he mostly works on motor coaches. Right. What do most motor coaches do? Like, Greyhounds and things like that. They're usually taking, no offense, the elderly, the old people. They're taking them to like Gatlinburg, Tennessee to gamble, or they're taking them to Las Vegas, or they're taking them here, there, and everywhere. So these people will sometimes drop stuff or leave stuff on the bus or whatever. 1994, I'm 14 years old. He brings me home a copy of The Fellowship of the Ring. Okay. And I was an avid reader by that time. By 14, I was in the middle of my Hardy Boys phase still. I was out of my Berenstain Bears phase, thank God. Not thank God, but I had moved past that. I had already had too much TV, and I had already cleaned up the messy room. Look, man, I didn't draw in the margins of the books, but I had a Berenstain Bears as an only child. I got my lessons from Mama and Papa.
Yeah.
Beat the crap out of brother and sister was just too annoying. Just push her in the mud. Ralphish.
I think you needed a few more books hearing that. Maybe you should have got a couple more.
No, I had them all. I don't remember all. Like, okay,
your takeaways are
too much TV in the messy room are the two that I remember the most, because those are the TV specials that I watched the most. But I remember reading those books as well. So I moved all past that. So he brings home the Fellowship of the Ring. So I'm reading this book. And it's like the first chapter. It must be either the first, second, maybe the fifth or sixth or eighth page. Notice I skipped a number because I ain't doing that shit here. It's 2026. We need to leave that other stuff back in 2025.
Fair.
Yeah. Thank you. And we get to the line. It was Bilbo's 11th birthday.
My
14-year-old brain could not get past it was his 11th birthday.
Oh, man.
My 14-year-old brain is fairly smart for the most part. It couldn't really do a lot of math, but it had a good comprehension of reading. I was at a pretty good reading level at that point in time. But 11th, like that really like math broke into reading and writing and arithmetic. Keep your arithmetic out of my reading. Keep that 11th. What the fuck is 11th? He's 111 years old. 111 years. Just say he's 111. Like, motherfucker. So, yeah.
Now, folks at home, I just want to remind you, this is not numbering legislation, which Mike hates. We are not doing numbering legislation.
Yes, we are. It's all your fault.
You're there, baby.
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah. So his 11th birthday turned me off of Lord of the Rings. And again, I don't dislike the Lord of the Rings. I have nothing like it's in my don't care pile. I avoid it. I don't care if you like it, if the next person likes it, if the whole fucking world likes it and I don't, that's great. I have a bunch of other things over here to the left or to the right or to the center or to the up or the down or the upside down that I can like, that I don't need to pay attention to Lord of the Rings.
Yep, that's true. Something for everybody.
Hell were we?
We're on the 11th minute of question 19.
Oh, God. Any other ways you display your toys before we go to question 20?
Nope. Got it covered.
If you could only keep one toy from your entire collection, what would it be and why? So basically, the house is on fire and you have to save one toy.
Yeah, I know exactly which one I would grab. Transformers Armada Hotshot. And I'll tell you why. It was a Christmas gift for my mom. In fact, it was the last one she ever gave me before she passed away. It's a beautiful figure for one, but it also kind of cemented Hotshot as my favorite character, probably tied to, my parents weren't working. I've told this story on other shows, but my parents weren't working, going through chemotherapy with my mom. I didn't even know that they knew I was into Transformers still and into Transformers Armada specifically. I was hot and heavy into it. And all of a sudden at Christmas time, under the tree, wrapped up, Transformers Armada Hotshot. It's one I didn't have. I don't know how she knew it was one of the ones I hadn't been buying for myself, but there it is. And I, for years that, as I kind of got rid of my collection and got it back, ebbed and flowed, I held on to that one. I still have it. I took it with on every road trip. I used to live far up north Minnesota and had to drive down to the cities often. I'd bring those with on road trips. It was like my good luck charm. Definitely that's the one I grabbed.
Very cool. Very cool. Very awesome. All right, folks, before we go to the first ad break of the podcast, because that's how I split these up, because question 20 is the halfway point, because 42 questions is a lot. I want to quickly go back to the packaging question, because I forgot to say part of that story is the other reason why Funko Pops are so easy is because Animated Blitzwing is a bitch. I
roll the commercial. What is that?
I will choose this fighter jet. No, the assault tank. Jet. Tank. To jet. Tank. Jet. Tank. Why not scan both?
I wanted Animated Blitzwing, and Animated Blitzwing and his twist ties literally nearly ripped my entire thumbnail off. I could not get him out of the packaging. It was nuts. Ooh. We'll be back right after these messages. You'll be hearing some ads from Mike Seibert radio program, 2Mikes 2Furious, and other podcast ads right after this.
Transform. Ravage, transform. The humans must not escape.
We are 2Mikes 2Furious, a podcast where we watch every episode of Transformers Animated and discuss from two different points of view. I'm Mike Seibert, and I've never watched Transformers Animated before, and guiding me on this journey is author Mikel Andrews.
Hello! Yes, longtime Transformers Animated fan, serial rewatcher. I've seen it plenty of times.
So if you've never watched Transformers Animated but always wanted a reason to, now's your chance. Likewise, if you've binged the series several times, it's a great reason to watch through again with us. Because regardless, if you're a seasoned vet or a newbie, there's something for every fan, because I ask questions. Why is Prowl such a dick?
So that he can be not a dick later, I think is the answer.
Subscribe to 2Mikes 2Furious on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode.
Are we coming off furious enough? I feel like we're not living up to the... Are we supposed to be like more angry, more fired up? We're really in a good mood. We really enjoy talking to each other.
What's up, folks? My name is Mike, and I am the host of the Mike Seibert Radio Podcast, your favorite Transformers adjacent podcast, and I've got 60 seconds to tell you all about my show. Good thing I've got a catchy theme song to do most of the work for me.
Mike Seibert Radio, we talk about stuff and things, lots of guests in-depth interviewing. Mike Seibert Radio, it's nobody's favorite show. Movies, comics, video games, and TV.
I also talk about the Transformers the movie about as much as I talk about Boba Fett. My guests are independent artists who tell their stories and give terrific advice about pursuing your creative interests, and I encourage you to do the same thing, even if I can't take my own advice. Brevity is not my first best strength, but you could subscribe to Mike Seibert Radio on most podcast apps so you never miss an episode. Make good choices.
It's time for Mike Seibert Radio.
Well, that's just prime. Welcome to my throne room, Future Tales. The Beast Unleashed podcast is over, not gone. You can hear more of this great podcast, discussing all the episodes of Beast Wars and Beast Machines on GeekCastRadio.com. We include voice actor and writer interviews with stellar hosting by Steve, Mike, and Michael. Head on over to iTunes or the net, or else I will send you my vehicles to extract your spark and destroy you. Yes.
What was that universal greeting again? Never mind, I remember. Ba weep grana, weep nitty bong.
Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal, and be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Join me as I have Transformers discussions, retrospectives, toy reviews, and more. You can also follow me on Twitter at Rodimus Primal, as well as Facebook and Instagram at Rodimus Primal Show. Transform and roll out, and be sure to check out my content till all are one.
Last big party of the summer, folks. Let's go out with a bang.
Wait. I have a riddle for you. For me.
Really?
Tell me. I see without seeing. To me, darkness is as clear as daylight. What am I?
Please! You're as blind as a bat!
Exactly.
On the Simplistic Reviews podcast, we talk movies. We talk TV. We talk.
Hello, Julie, what the heck are you doing?
Trying to make our spots sound more exciting by adding explosions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have got the point across with sound effects, not the real thing. Car.
Download this show on iTunes or at simplisticreviews.blogspot.com.
I'm sure your insurance company will cover that.
No, they won't.
No, they probably won't.
Laserbeak, Ravage, return.
All right, folks, we are back here on ToyCast, episode 195 with Mr. Mike by the Slice, Mikel Andrews, and we are going to get through the next set of questions right now. Here's the Toy Box Challenge. You get one 18 by 18 by 18 bucks. The only toys you can keep have to fit in the box. What can you pack into it?
Ooh. So the main three, Hunt for the Decepticons Bonsaitron, Animated Bulkhead, and 2000 movie Ratchet. Because when I sold off the bulk of my Transformers collection, I kept those three. And those were like the foundation of my current collection. And they were kind of like I put those out and then I rebuild a little bit. But I always kept those three. I feel like those are the really foundational figures. I also, just to take up room in the box, I guess I'd also grab my two... I have two versions of Republic Commando Scorch from Star Wars. Dash Rendar and Chewbacca, my vintage Shadows of the Empire figures. I'd probably grab at least one Michelangelo from my Michelangelo shelf. I think probably the storage shell version. Do you remember those? The storage shell?
Yes.
Yeah. I like my Mikey one. Oh, and I'd also grab the vintage Astro Megazord from Power Rangers in Space. I don't have the new Ascension one from Lightning Collection, but the Astro Megazord, the Transformer of Power Ranger Megazords.
Yeah.
Definitely grab that.
I know this doesn't make any sense because of how they're made, but I kind of wish there was a version of the Disguise and the Storage Shell turtles like meshed together. Because I always love the Disguise turtles.
Yeah. I can see it.
I always love those things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Or I'd like, in my head, I think maybe like Donatello in his trench coat, but as a storage shell figure, like that seems to check a box for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Question 22. Oh boy. Here we go. Here we go.
I don't think people know that we even
everybody's going to turn off the podcast right now. I know it. Are you a Funko fan?
Oh yes.
Holy crap.
I was a mild fan over the years, and just over the last couple months, my collection's exploded. Partially because of the discovery of whatnot, but partially to tie it back to Ghostbusters earlier. I found I can't remember where it was, but I was at a store and I found the real Ghostbusters Egon as a Funko Pop. And I just went, I have to have it. Oh my God, it's beautiful. And I grabbed it off the shelf, and then I don't know what happened, man. I just kept buying them after that.
So they're over there on my shelf, but I'm assuming you know this, but Funko Pops usually have regular figures and then they'll have chase figures. Like everything has chase figures.
I don't know. I was actually going to ask you. I don't know what chase means in the sense.
It's how can I do this? Let me see here. Okay, let's see. Sorry, folks. We're live testing this thing here. Hi.
Oh, all right. Hello.
Normal. Batman oh wait, that's the wrong one, but he's over there in his box. Okay. This isn't the one that actually is this, but this would be a normal Batman Beyond figure.
Okay.
but this is the convention version. This is not the one that goes with this. So they came out with Batman Beyond, and then they came out with his Chase version, which is without the mask. So it's Terry without the mask.
Oh.
So the other version of this is him holding a Batarang. So it's kind of the same mold, but it's him with the mask. I don't.
Is there usually that much difference between the original and the Chase?
Oh God, they're right by each other. Wow, I should have known that. Okay, here we go. I'll hold him by his ear. This is the original. This is the main version that you get.
Yes.
So this is the regular version. Okay, so there's nothing different on the back. I don't think. The wings, I don't think, are different. Yes, fall over. That's what you do. No, the wings are not. So those are the wings on the back. That's not different to me.
Mm-hmm.
But on this one, he's not holding the Batarang. So his hands are just out. But his mask is off. But this is the Chase to this figure.
And that's a big difference.
Yeah.
But is...
Well, because the mask is off. That's the point, is that the mask is off.
But let's say, like, is there that much difference between, like, the Big Bird Funko Pop and the Big Bird Chase Funko Pop?
I'd have to look that one up.
Is it
I don't. Like, usually Chases, the difference is sometimes, like, they could be maskless, sometimes, like... Normally, sometimes the Chases, like I can tell you with this is...
I guess maybe what I'm trying to get at is they're a different mold. There's something different about them. It's not just like the number's different or the packaging's different.
Yeah, no. So the thing is where's the box? Where's the box? Oh, crap. Where's the box? Well, the boxes are all over there. No, the numbers are the same. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, interesting.
I think. But like, if you look at Blight here, Blight is supposed to glow in the dark. So normally, a Chase might glow in the dark, but he's not a Chase. He's a regular released figure. But sometimes you would get a Chase that is glow in the dark, kind of thing.
Got it.
I don't know.
Like, but I have a glowing Moon Knight, Mr. Knight coming to my house shortly. It glows in the dark. That might be a Chase.
Cool. Might be. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Good tangent. Thank you.
Since I still have the camera on, I will show you the only Ghostbusters Funko Pop I needed. Had to have. And the only reason why I had to have it is because of this and because of this.
Oh, I think I know which one it's going to be. Yes. Boy, that is a tough one to get on Whatnot. I'll tell you that right now.
Really?
People fight tooth and nail to get that one.
Really?
Yes.
I'm glad I have him then.
And I like last week I bought pretty much the entire Ghostbusters Afterlife run because no one was bidding on them in like a 200-person channel. But that the mini puffs come up and people are chomping at them. It's crazy.
So the point of me asking about the Chase is because, and I was going to tell you a Whatnot story. One night I was on Whatnot, and this is Turtles related.
Love it.
A buddy of mine at the time was doing an auction where they did comic versions of the Turtles at the time.
Oh, sure.
The regular releases of them were the whatever colors they were in the comic. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's what the regular releases were, but the Chases were all black and white.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take a picture and send it to you. Okay. So if you've already seen them, you know what they are. Okay.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
So I won 3 of them at a decent price in this auction, and he had one left. everybody bid me up.
Ugh.
Oh my! Because they knew I wanted that because I had to complete the set.
Yeah,
I had to complete the. I could not complete the set. Like if you're in an auction on Whatnot and you get one of the set, oh my god, great, awesome. You get two, ooh, that's nice. You get three, oh my god, I got one. And look, Whatnot to me, I love Whatnot. I'm not disparaging them when I say this, but Whatnot is gambling. It is such. Look, same thing with eBay. They're auction websites. It's just like if you were on Storage Wars. Yup.
Yeah.
Just like if you were Dave on Storage Wars. Look, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it needs to be done responsibly. That's what I'm saying. But
yes, it does.
I got the first three. I think the first one I got for like $20 or $30. Second one was maybe 15, 16, depending on who was bidding. And I could be wrong. But that fourth one, I think I paid close to like $75 because everybody bid me. But I was so close. What am I going to do? Not. And this was years ago when I did this. This was like 2018, 2019 when I did this. When I was so this is like years and years and years ago now. So this is no consequence, but it was like at that time it was like, oh my god, maybe it was 2021 or 2022. I don't know how long ago it was.
Maybe it was last week.
No, it wasn't last. No, it wasn't last week. I know it wasn't last week because I didn't have the money. I've had those for a year. I'll have to look and see when I first posted those pictures of those. But the point is though, going on Whatnot is very I have friends that do auctions on Whatnot. I would love to be able to go onto Whatnot like their auctions and just leave. But I know if I go onto Whatnot and they have an item that I want and I know I don't have the money for it, I know I can't go onto Whatnot and support them because I know I'm going to want to stay and wait for that item that I want and then bid on it with money I don't have. You know what I mean? So like I have to avoid it at all costs. So
I'm going to tie together everything we've talked about so far with this Whatnot story I'm about to tell you because I did this horrible, wonderful thing for my family for Christmas, which is I decided I'm for my Christmas present to my cousins at Cousins Christmas. I was going to give them all my referral code for Whatnot, and in that way I would be buying them all a Funko Pop because they would get a free $10 credit, and it worked out great. And then I got the referral credit back, so it was a win-win for me, big win. But they bid in hard, and they ended up buying a lot of Funko Pops over Christmas weekend. It pretty much stole the whole show. We sat around for a long time. We were all watching the same auction, bidding against each other, through dinner, through things where we would normally be having loving Christmas time. We were just like, yeah, get it.
Damn.
But it was so fun though. It was really fun. It was like a sporting event. Like we were all watching the same feed and bidding on stuff and finding out what we liked, what animes we liked, stuff we hadn't heard of that, other cousins liked. Like it was fun. And then I ended up walking away with $60 referral credit. So I felt pretty good about that.
Hey, there you go. That's awesome.
But I don't know. Some of them are still using it, and my partner's still using it actively. And I don't know. That's going to come back to bite me, I feel like.
If I have the money and I know that, and I don't go on to Whatnot into random auctions. I've been on there long enough to where I go on to the sellers that I follow, the sellers that I trust, and I know what they're like and how their systems are, kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. But
we'll have to become friends on there so I can stop your activity.
There is no activity. There's no activity.
What a crime.
Oh boy. But yeah, Funko, what's so easy about it, as I showed you on the camera, it's just here, I'll do it again. What's so easy about it, as long as you don't do your thing, Mr. Matrix Bearer, It's just the character.
Yeah.
I don't have to transform this damn thing.
Yeah. And I'll also say this. The detail and the paint job on them is better than most Transformer toys.
Yeah.
Currently. Like, they can go all in on that.
Yeah, absolutely. But for me, it's just the character. Voice activated or head activated or touch activated, or like lights and sounds. Optimus Prime sits here on my desk along with the best droid ever.
Hey, there you go. Oh, you're supposed to show me BB-8 when you say best droid ever. That's what you have the camera on for.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask while we're still on this question, do you remember your first Funko Pop? What it was?
Yeah. She's over there, I think. It was oops, what the hell? Oh, that's the wrong thing. That would be 66 Batgirl. That would be Yvonne Craig, 66 Batgirl. It was her, and it was Darkwing Duck. The original Darkwing Duck.
That's awesome.
Yep. I
think my first was Michelangelo from Ninja Turtles, but for years I only had like 4 of them that I would take with me everywhere, and it was Michelangelo, Morpheus from the Matrix, Drift actually from Age of Extinction, and Go-Go Tamago from Big Hero 6.
Those early movie pops are woof. Yikes. They're a little rough. You can't.
But at the time, that was like, it was what was great about Funko Pop, and still is, like, sometimes that was the only representation of that character you might have. It might not be a movie that gets a toy line.
Absolutely. You can't. I've shown you my camera several times. I'm not turning it back on. You can't see it because my other chair is blocking it. Maybe you saw the giant shredder, the super shredder over there that was there.
Oh,
but that
cool.
Here, I'll turn it on again. Let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, and I don't know if I can enlarge it, but right over there. He's over there somewhere in the background. See him? I don't know if I can enlarge this. There we go. He's over here.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, yep. Now I see him. Yeah.
Right there.
All right.
Behind the chair, I have the entire art series. They used to do artist series Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Where they would do all these weird designs on the Turtles figures. I have all of those.
Oh, cool.
I am like they have on the Funko.com right now, they have the translucent Turtles. So they have all 4 of them translucent. I want to get those because I'm also a Turtles guy. Like,
those look so good.
Transformers, Turtles, like literally my history goes from I was 3 years old when He-Man came out, but by the time I found it, it was like 85, 86, 87. So I was 5, 6, or 7 years old. He-Man, Transformers, Mask, Silverhawks, Gem.
Yeah.
All that stuff. But when 87 hit, it was like, ooh, Turtles.
Turtles, yes.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup. And all the no, seriously, dude, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, it's over here. You should be able to where? Oh no, it's blocked. See? You can't see it.
Nope, I don't think I can.
There it is, right here where my finger is. Yellow.
Turtle Van.
Right.
Yes.
You know what that Turtle Van is? That Turtle Van is the complete series DVD set Turtle Van.
Oh man, I want that.
That is the dumbest Turtle Van ever. So this Turtle Van is the dumbest Turtle Van in Turtles history. But first, the whirling nunchakas.
Love it.
Have you got him yet?
No.
You have to get him.
That's so cool.
Yes, you have to get him. And the reason why I said where is that stand is because he comes with a stand on his right foot is where you put him. So that way he can stand up. Oh, is this supposed to go? Hey now. So he can actually stand. He comes with a stand. So that way when you set him down, He will stand up. And you don't have to worry about him falling over like every other Funko Pop in history. Okay, so this turtle van is DVD turtle van. It's, the back does say Heroes in a Half Shell. But it is the stupidest way to store DVDs ever.
Oh.
How they got away with this, I will have no clue. So it has padding on the top, and this is how that whatever many discs came. The discs came just like this, and that's it.
Oh, man.
No covers, no protectors, no nothing.
They're just raw dogging in there?
They're raw dogging in the turtle. Yeah. So when I got the van itself is great because it's a great display piece.
Yeah, it looks good.
But as a thing to store the DVDs, the first thing I did, and for those who are listening to this podcast, I'm sorry. For all the visual things that you can't see, I'll take pictures. But so the greatest thing about this is that I actually have a turtle van still now, and I can use it to display with other Turtles figures and things like that's great. But the first thing I did when I got I immediately took these out and put them in a old style DVD flip floppy case that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's first thing I did. I'm like, you gotta be me. This is ridiculous.
That's hilarious.
Why the hell? But yeah, they were raw dogging it all right.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, it was very rough. It was crazy.
That's cool. That's cool. You got it. I missed my chance. I feel like that was wasn't one and done for me. That's a cool.
I bought that in 2021 off of eBay for like $100 and something. I bought it at way after the fact of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the price of it is now, but
the Ghostbusters one's worse. The Ghostbuster Firehouse DVD set. I'll never own that.
God, that's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. All right. What was the most money you spent on a toy?
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I think. Actually, I know. It was Ultra Mammoth, the one we were talking about earlier. I think I got it for $200 or $250. Mike Seibert found it at Cybfest for me, texted me about it. It's once in a million you come across that for sale. And he had one that it had never been transformed, never been opened. And I think he offered $200 and the seller took it. So that's not bad as far as other Transformer Toys collector go, but that's really high for me. But I was like, this is my one shot. I got one shot at this.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so cool that Mike found it. Like the fact that Mike found it and kept an eye out for it. I was like, this is a good souvenir.
Well, that's what mics are for, man. We look out for each other.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Only mics.
Oh, God. Only mics. It's gonna be the legacy of 2026 now. Only mics. Only mics. Only mics.
Only mics in the building.
God. Oh God. There's no way we could turn this into micer things. No way.
No
way.
No way.
No way. What was the cheapest toy you bought, or what was the best deal you ever got for a figure that may have been worth quite a bit more than you paid?
I mean, I'm a pretty thrifty guy when it comes to Transformers, but I think probably the one I can point to is Armada Unicron. I got it for $40 just a couple of years ago in the box, unopened. I think they had 50 on it, and I offered 40, which is insane, and they took it.
Cool.
That was a heck of a deal.
Awesome.
And so I'm now an owner of Armada Unicron.
Yay! What about HasLab Unicron?
No, and I never will. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. That price tag on that was insanity.
Yep. What modern and/or vintage toy lines are you currently collecting?
Yeah, I'm not much of a completionist, so I'm not really I feel like I'm never actively collecting anything. But this question intrigued me because it kind of made me go and look inside myself, and I realized if I had the chance, if someone said, "Hey, you have to start collecting a line today," what would it be? It'd be the Star Wars line that's like the retro 70s and 80s inspired.
Okay.
The Kenner style figures where they're modern characters, they're Ahsoka and they're Ned B from Obi-Wan series, but they're done in that style of the 70s early toys, which is just really simplistic. Just pretty much a dots and a smiley for a face, 5 points of articulation. Have you seen those? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah. For some reason that really, appeals to me. I'd like to collect all those.
Yeah, those look cool.
And I think I'd only get them from the new stuff. I wouldn't go back and be like, "Oh, I'm getting this vintage line of Return of the Jedi toys." I'd just get the new stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you visit toy shows or conventions? When you visit toy shows or conventions, do you have a typical methodology? Do you bring a certain amount of money for what you want to spend or what you're searching for, etc., etc.?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned earlier, but very lucky here in Minnesota, we have the monthly toy swap with the Minnesota Toy Posse. So I can any month go to a toy show pretty much in my backyard. It's kind of nice. Now I bring my methodology there is I bring about as much cash as I can take out max from one trip to Target. So that's $40.
Okay.
That'll keep me by, because I know in a month I could be back there. So I don't want to go crazy. But in my TFCon days, I was working as a server at a restaurant, and I had cash tips, and I would always, if I knew I was going to TFCon that year, I'd probably save around $400-$500, and I'd put it in an envelope, and I was like, I am going to spend this all at the dealer room at TFCon. That wasn't a great methodology. Maybe you wouldn't even call it a methodology, but that's what I would do. And now, I guess since we've been talking about whatnot, I keep my Funko Pop purchases to single digits. I don't go over $10 when I'm getting a Funko Pop. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, but if it's something you really, really want,
yeah, I will say I've broken that now. When I got my credits, I used my credits to get some of those higher end ones that I wouldn't normally get.
Yeah. I think
Steve with sunglasses from Stranger Things.
Yeah, there you go.
I had no chance to get that for under,
Yeah, no, you're not getting Stranger Things pops for under single digit. There's no way
for a
in
while,
hell.
probably.
No, not in hell. Cold day in hell when that happens. But yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. I'd have to go back and look through my whatnot receipts, but for a single pop, I don't think I've paid more than $50.
Okay.
Only because,
what did you spend for that turtle that you were talking about?
Well, but again, that turtle was a little different. That turtle ended up being $75, $80, but that was because people were bidding me yeah, I did that.
I get it, but you paid that price, right?
Yeah, that's true. So, what do you think it is about our generation that causes our childhood toys to mean so much more to us than, say, for instance, our parents' generation?
I think we can all agree that we had, more like cartoons and stuff backing it up and all that. And I think that's the standard packaged answer. But honestly, we just had cooler toys. Our parents' toys were basically, one step above like wooden horses and those hoops that you poke with a stick to keep it rolling. Like ours was the first
grass.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Now our toys are like our generation's toys. It was like the first generation that they were like, all right, let's go all in. Let's make some cool toys with accessories and all these things that modern toy collecting hangs their hats on. We were the first ones that had that, really.
Yep, absolutely. What is your motivation for purchasing toys? To display, play, fiddle? Describe your collecting style. Are you a completionist? We know you're not. Storyteller, cherry picker, or otherwise?
Yeah, definitely not a completionist. Display mostly. I'd say I often buy one to commemorate a favorite character or a movie moment or something. Like now it's very much if I see something and that's really how I got into like Marvel Legends, is like there were some great hero moments in some of the MCU and I was like, I just need this guy on my shelf. I need Shang-Chi on my shelf. I need Spider-Man Far From Home or No Way Home. That got me into it big time.
Very cool, very cool. Have you ever purchased a toy for a child with the ulterior motive of playing with it yourself?
Love this question. I don't know that I've done it with that intention, but I've definitely bought a toy that I would have wanted for myself. And in the case of my partner's nephew, I ended up getting some of the Transformers back that I gave him as toys over the years. Like he grew out of them hard and he turned into one of those kids that's just like, I want BB guns and footballs and that's it. And I got them all back. His mom came to me with a box. Was like, here.
Hey, at least he's wanting BB guns and footballs instead of an iPad.
I guess that's right. Get him out of the house.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of my house until 5 p.m. when the lights come on.
You don't want him becoming a podcaster or anything, for God's sake.
Heaven forbid. No. Oh, my God. That's the worst thing in the world to become.
The worst crime.
Yeah. Have you ever purchased a vintage toy for a child because you thought it would be fun for them based on your own preferences?
No, I think that's where I drew the line. I knew that they would not. I didn't want them cutting themselves on die-cast metal or anything like that. But I do actually have this great story. I technically did buy. So I got really into collecting. During the pandemic, another thing I got into collecting was vintage tech decks. And by vintage, I don't know if we're still juggling that definition around, but the first generation of tech decks, which are very different from the modern tech deck. So circa 2000, 99, 2000, I was buying those off of eBay. And turns out those are quite expensive. Those original ones, they can be very expensive. Before that, before the pandemic hit, I was at a Savers and I found what I would go on to find out was a bag of vintage tech decks, a whole bag of them for like $3. And I got up to the counter to buy them. And the lady at the counter, the checkout lady, was like, oh, my son loves these. And I just went, here, after I paid for them. I was like, give these to your son. And I walked out.
Wow.
So I don't know the Mikel Andrews that found out how much some of those were worth later would make that same decision. But at the time, I was pretty proud of myself.
There you go. Do you do any toy modifications or customs, painting, building, build dioramas, etc.?
No, I'm not good at that really at all. I did add a red dot to the IDW version of Rewind for his little camera that's up by his eye. And I I turned a Titan Master. You know the Titan Master toys? Did you see those when they were out? They're like... Yeah. You just get a head guy plus a little tank type thing. So I turned one of the tank jet combos into Overlord's alt modes. So on one side it was like color accurate jet, and on the other side was color accurate tank. I I was pretty proud of that. But that took a lot out of me, and I was like, realized customizing was not for me.
Oh boy, yikes!
But I'll find pictures. I'm actually really proud of that little thing.
That's awesome. Do you think toy companies should specifically have adult collector toys, child toys, or find a way to mix both?
I think both. I think toy companies need to keep a finger on the pulse of their target audience, which is kids. Mm-hmm. And the younger, cheaper toys, they're twofold, right? They hook youngsters in to kind of create a new generation of fans that ultimately keep things going. And they can be cheaper made. They're a little more hollow. You're able to turn a higher profit on it to offset some of those cooler adult toys. I don't know. I mean, hopefully that's the goal, right? Like I wish Hasbro would take the massive profit they made off of selling these shampoo bottle Transformers to kids and add a few more paint apps to my, $54 Transformer I'm buying. But maybe that's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
And I'll compare it to something from the restaurant world. I used to work at a restaurant, and we would keep we had this great craft beer selection on tap, and we were really proud of it. And we also, but on the end of the thing, we had Coors Light, and I was always so embarrassed by that. Like we had this crappy beer with all these good beers. But my manager explained to me like that the profit we make off selling just a couple Coors Lights pays for us to have all the craft beers on. I feel like that could be translated to the toy game. Better.
Absolutely. That silver bullet, man, pays for everything.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that, and I don't blame Evan or Ben or anybody that does the live streams, but when they're doing the advertising for the toys, I look at some of that and I'm like, I don't have kids, but if I had kids, I would not be buying my kid that certain toy. And specifically, and this, I guess, was on their script or on whatever, but I remember Evan or whoever it was specifically saying, hey, parents, and I think this was in an Instagram reel after the stream, but hey, parents, you can go to whatever Hasbro website. I don't think it was directly Hasbro Pulse, but
oh, right.
You can go to your toy stores. You can go to wherever. You can go to this to order Tarn for your kids today. And my thought is, what kid knows who Tarn is?
Right. Like the obscure, demented assassin from this one comic book. All the kids want.
Like my head is tilted to the left. My eyebrow is raised halfway into my hairline. And again, I don't blame Evan or Ben or anybody on the stream team or anybody in the marketing or whatever. I'm literally asking Chris Cox, whoever, the people are running the show. Like, I don't. That's my thing with the adult collector version of Hasbro and the kid version of Hasbro. Where's the split? What is it? Rescue Bots. Rescue Bots to me is a kid's toy line for Hasbro. Yes, adults can collect it too. Yes, adults like I know plenty of people that loved Rescue Bots, love the show, love some people love the toy line. Fine, great, awesome. But to me, that's for kids. That's that's the kids line. I know I haven't listened to all of it. I need to go back and listen to all of it. But the third Mike, who is not here, Mr. Gilligan, him and his Earth Sparkles.
Ah, yes. I am one of such, yeah.
Yes, you are one of such. That's part of the kids section of Transformers. Mm-hmm. That you're not going to find a Tarn in there kind of thing. Right. But again, it just surprises me how Hasbro does some of the things with Transformers and whatever. Do you have funny. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say that's funny that because I do feel like that, like Transformers, for example, needs both kids' toys and adults' toys in it. But at the same time, I'm the guy that's grumping about my like the Hulu menu screen combining with the Disney Plus menu screen.
Oh no! See, I love that. I love that.
I just think it ruins the sanctity of the Disney Plus line when you see, Aliens on FX next.
Okay, that's what you mean. Okay, no,
yeah.
See, okay, what I love about Hulu combining is that I can get to Hulu easily. You're talking about the slider. I agree with you on the
just
slider.
The menus, right.
The slider
menu.
is, that's weird. But I love the fact that I can scroll down and get to Disney Plus, ESPN, and like that's the easy stuff for me. But it's like, and honestly, I cure it. We'll be here all day. We'll talk about that later. Streaming with Mikel Andrews on GCRN Radio coming soon. No, seriously, we can do that. It's no problem. At some point, do you have a "my parents got rid of my toys" story?
No, not a tragic one necessarily. My dad actually saved a lot of my toys when he moved, which surprised me. I thought that'd be the one thing he'd be like, forget it. But he really packaged them up nice and kept them all. Cool. But I did at that same garage sale I was talking about earlier, where I, maybe got scammed, maybe not. But I did. One of the things I wasn't going to sell was my Star Wars collection. I took that bin and I set it aside, and I was like, nope, I'm not selling this. It means too much. And it disappeared. I don't know. I don't think my dad accidentally sold it. I don't think he was responsible for getting rid of it. Maybe someone came in and grabbed it. But for whatever reason, that garage sale lost me my Star Wars collection. So that I don't blame my dad for that, but I also can't completely absolve him of the crime.
Oh no, that's not good.
But that's one thing to tie it back to Pixel Dan. A lot of the Star Wars toys I mentioned that I bought from him were some of those ones lost in that set. So I'm slowly accepting that they're gone for good and rebuilding.
There you go. Do you feel you are coming to an end of your active collecting? If so, what has signified this phase for you? Was there ever a moment when you were done with toys, and have you ever considered stopping as a collector, or even selling your whole collection?
I think deep down, I've never considered myself like not a toy buyer. Like I feel like I thought it was going to be a lifelong thing, whether or not I could put it to words. But I do, as I look around my room, I have a finite space in here for shelves. And I think that's like, I'm comfortable with it. I like the way it looks. I like the aesthetic. I'm literally at a point where the next Transformer I buy it's going to get uncomfortable fitting it on the shelves. So in that way, I am sort of like, all right, maybe I'm not.
Yeah. The next one is the last one.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I will also say there's been times where I'm sitting around and my entire Star Wars collection figures that I have bought of the sequel movies topples over like a set of dominoes, and I'm like, that's it, I'm out of the game. Forget it.
I mean, the sequel movie toy collection topples over just like the sequel movies did. Blam!
Oh,
right into the black hole.
We're not doing
right
that
into
metaphor.
Right into the black hole. That's right.
Cruel.
That's right. What is something that does not have a toy of it you'd love to see it in toy form?
Well, all right. Hound as a G1. A G.I. Joe vamp.
As a vamp?
As a vamp. I have it. Now, it does exist if you play mobile games, or if anyone does out there, Transformers Earth Wars. Hound is a vamp, a G.I. Joe crossover in that game. And it looks so cool. I just want a toy of it. Why don't they make it? So that's a big one. I would also I'm really pissed we never got a Siege Detritus from the War for Cybertron Hound. They made Detritus, obviously, but it was more based on like the G1 version of Hound. I want the futuristic space Jeep version of Detritus. when I was bigger on Twitter, like that was my hill I would die on. I was constantly, I normally think people are pretty atrocious to do this, but I was constantly tweeting at Hasbro and Hasbro Pulse accounts like, just make this toy. You have it. You made 1,000 of those Lambros for Mike Seibert. Why can't I have like a third hound?
Yes, they made 1,000 of them just for Gilligan. Yes, exactly.
It worked. It worked.
Oh, maybe he campaigned a little harder than you did.
Maybe he's got more presence. You know, this was pre 2Mikes 2Furious. Maybe I have some clout now. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe. I mean, you've talked to Marty Eisenberg. I mean, come on.
That's right. I've talked to Eric Siebenaller and he's back.
Hey,
at Hasbro.
You use the clout, man. Use the clout.
Here's one too. Actually, I guess I kind of just thought of this, but it's something I was on about a while back. For Transformers crossovers. Like officially the crossovers. I want. You're maybe not gonna like this, but I think you might. I want Cameron from Ferris Bueller as his father's car, the red convertible.
Oh, the Ferrari? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then the robot would be sort of Cameron in his red jersey.
Yeah.
You can see it, right?
I can see it. I'm trying to think. Okay, so we've had Cloudraker. I'm trying to figure out what his name would be, and all I have in my head is Fried Red Wing. Because Cameron Fry and Red Wings because of his jersey. But
right.
they would never name it that because that's not really a robot name.
Camatron?
Yeah, that's probably what they would name it. That's Lamatron is what that is.
Yeah, I'll admit.
No, I'm not. I'm saying like that's probably what they would like. What you just said is probably. I'm not saying it's a bad idea because it came from you. I'm saying that's probably what they would come up with.
Yeah.
God.
But come on, admit it. You'd like to see that, right? That'd be a pretty cool one.
Yeah, that would be.
I think you're sort of famously not a huge. You're hit and miss, right, for Transformers crossovers.
Yeah, I like the idea of them, but sometimes they don't really like. Everybody thought I was going to go gung ho for the Knight Rider one because I'm a huge Knight Rider fan, and that robot mode sucks. The car mode isn't much better. It's okay, but there are better and I get it. They had to do certain things in order to get the transformation, but like they tried to say that the blue paint on his thighs or knees or whatever on the front of his leg, they tried to say that was Michael Knight's jeans, and I'm like, it didn't look like fucking blue jeans at all. What are you talking about? Like, give me a friggin' break over here. Like, no.
Have you ever seen blue jeans before? God.
Yeah, I have. They haven't.
I will say, because I have almost no connection to Knight Rider whatsoever. I thought that was a cooler one, but that's interesting that you, as super fan, it was like are more obviously more hypercritical of it.
It just like I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know.
I hear you. I get it.
I don't know. It just.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't know. What is a toy that you'd love to have scaled up and functional for real people? So this question 36 is, have you ever been to, and I don't know if they're still around or not because I don't go to malls anymore. I don't even know if they're still in malls, but there used to be a store back in my day, kids, when I was younger in the 90s, there used to be this store in the mall called Sharper Image. You remember Sharper Image?
Yes.
Okay. In Sharper Image, every Sharper Image I would ever go into, there used to be 1, 2, or 3 life-size electronic statues of a character. A couple of times it was Spider-Man. There might have been a Batman. There's usually like a Grizzly Adams or something else. But usually, most of the times, I would see like a life-size Spider-Man in there. So that's kind of where this question comes from. What is the one toy you'd love to see scaled up and functional for real people?
Now, when you say functional, do you mean functional in that, like, if I choose a spaceship, I could actually go to space in it? Because if so, I would choose a Gundam. Yeah. I think I'd choose a Gundam either way, but I would prefer to choose the Gundam that I can actually pilot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That'll work.
All right.
How is your significant other, mates, partners, etc. dealt with your collection? 37. This is question 37. 37 in a row?
and it's about spouses and partners. How perfect.
That's right.
I love it. Mine has always been pretty good. Kate is really good at it. She's very supportive. She buys them for me. She buys some of her own. She lets.
What does she collect?
She is really well. She also got the Whatnot bug. She has been big into Labubus. Much to my chagrin, but they make her very happy. And I've had like a decade plus now of getting toys delivered almost weekly. I guess I can't poo-poo her Labubu.
Well, no, I know, but oh god. Cool.
But yeah, she, I think she's always sort of had a thing for like little monsters, not any sort of trademark, but just little monsters. And Labubu came out and it was like, oh boy, this is exactly what I've been waiting for. But yeah, so the toys are scattered around, and cool with it. I actually try to be more reserved about where I put the toys, but I think she'd be fine wherever I put them up.
Very cool, very cool. So she likes monsters. Is it specifically little monsters? Is she all monsters all the time? Is she universal monsters? Is she Monster High?
She does have some universal monsters. I would say no Monster High, but she does kind of like, she has a Monster High sticker. She likes the symbol of Monster High. I know that.
But she's not into the actual, she's not into Monster High specifically. Okay.
Right.
And the reason why I ask is because there are Universal Monsters and Monster High Funko Pops.
Yeah. I like those, actually. I think.
Oh, my God. Wow. That's not.
But do you remember, since we're talking about toys, and this is a ToyCast, a couple years ago, I got her this as a present, thinking this would be a slam dunk, and she wasn't super that into it. But Monster in My Pocket, do you remember that?
Yes, I remember Monster in My Pocket.
I thought this was it. These are literally little monsters.
Monsters in your pocket. That's right.
Right. I got a bunch for her, and she's like, oh, neat, and kind of just put them in a drawer.
Yep. They just go in a drawer. Yep. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's not.
I love those things as a kid, and I also love that Nintendo game.
What? Nintendo? Was there a Monster in My Pocket? I don't remember that.
Yes. Yeah, it's incredible. It was almost like that Micro Machines game where like you're going through, the levels are like a pool table and someone's desk, the kitchen sink.
Oh, interesting.
But it's almost like a Metroid style, but instead of a castle, you're in like a kitchen.
Oh God. That's crazy. Toy collecting can have its struggles. What is one aspect you tend to struggle with the most?
I think the big one is space. That's a pretty easy, short answer. And of course, whether to open sealed toys. Obviously, that's a tough one. But value and stuff aside, I guess with opening the sealed toys, I do sometimes feel responsibility when I get a vintage toy that's still in the box. And if as an opener, it's like I'm unpreserving something. I'm breaking this little piece of history in a way. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
Like I'm opening it so someone else can't. Some inbox collector would die to have this, and I'm just like, get it out. I don't know. I do weirdly feel some responsibility for that, and that's why I always try to buy loose, find it on eBay loose, opened. I don't have to take that out of my hands, but every once in a while I get something in the box for like a good price, and it's like, I know it's not a big, super expensive toy, but someone else is going to want this package, and I am tearing it open.
Yep, there you go. What is one positive and one negative memory you have with toy collecting?
Oh, I remember finding animated Ultra Magnus at a random Target when I was on a road trip. That was burned into my memory somehow. I think this is a negative memory, but my grandma almost bought me Energon Optimus Prime, which is a toy I still don't own and would love to. But it was in her hands. We were almost to the register. And then for whatever reason, she just decided not to and put it away. I wasn't being a bad boy. I wasn't acting up. She just had a change of heart. And I remember that being very devastating. But good memories, I guess, to end on a positive note. I have good memories of spending hours in KB Toys, waiting for that same grandma with my grandpa at the mall. Like, he just wanted to sit on a bench and do grandpa stuff. Yeah. And he let me wander around in KB Toys for hours. That was a good memory. And that same grandpa, who wasn't ever very into me being a toy fan, right, he helped me collect all of the Power Rangers movie toys from McDonald's. Do you remember those? Oh, yeah. They weren't the ones that came in the Happy Meal. You had to buy them separate.
No, you had to buy those ones. Yeah, they were like, we're not giving away these things for $2 a meal. Right. You have to pay like $5 a toy.
Exactly. Yeah. He helped me buy all of those, and that was the only toy related thing that he ever did. And I still have them to this day. The original ones. I've never had to replace them. The ones he bought me, but I remember I have these vivid memories of him going through the drive-thru, and where I don't think he barely knew what a Power Ranger was. He was like, "What ones you got back there? You got the red one? You got the bear?" Asking them to look in the back for that. And that was the one and done time he was like, "We're going to get you this collection completed."
Wow, that is so awesome.
Do you have any of those still, or do you remember having them?
Oh no, I remember having them. I remember seeing them, but I don't have any of the McDonald's toys that I have. The only McDonald's toys that I still have somewhere there, I think they're in a closet somewhere now, are the Super Looney Tunes. I'm talking Super Bugs, Wonder Pig, Bat Duck, and Taz Flash.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, those were my outside of the foodies, outside of the foodie ones where it was like McCheese and the fry thing, that the transforming food ones, the Super Looney Tunes were my McDonald's Happy Meal toy things, and I never got into most of the other ones that they ever had.
That's awesome. I love the McDonald's toys. That'd be one thing I'd almost consider collecting, and I do end up. Let me give a little plug for my friend who has an Instagram account called Bitchin' Finds, and her whole thing is selling vintage. She not just Happy Meal toys, but she does do those a lot, and I end up buying a lot from her because they're just so cool. They just spark some nostalgia. But if you're into that stuff out there, Bitchin' Finds on Instagram.
Very cool, very cool. All right. Well, if you had the keys to the kingdom, whatever toy company, doesn't matter which one, if you could create any toy, what would you want to create?
Man, I tried to think of a brand new toy, an invent one, a good idea, and I couldn't think of it. But I think the comfortable answer is, for me, the animated Omega Supreme out of the Ark. If I could just force Hasbro to make something, I just want that.
They never made that?
No. And they made that one that's the Ark that turns into a big robot.
Yeah.
From the Siege line, I think it was. But
yeah.
No, never a proper animated version.
Interesting. I thought they did make that.
Recently, someone created a very good-looking 3D printed version of one of their own design that looks just like it and does in fact transform. but there's no official release for it.
Interesting. That is
And
so
cruel.
Yeah, very, very cruel.
I don't know how that's not a HasLab. I think that university would be like accepted as the best.
What are we at now? What was that? That official? Oh wait, we're in 26 now, not 25. We are 19 years away. So 20th anniversary next year. Why not do it for a HasLab?
Maybe that's what they're holding out for. That could be.
I don't think they have that much future vision. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be.
That's why they brought Siebenaler in, though.
Maybe. Let's hope. Come on, Eric, do your job.
Yep.
Oh boy! All right, last two questions. What is one piece of advice you would give the toy collecting fandom?
Easily, I guess if I was telling a person considering toy collecting, I would say buy for pleasure, not for financial gain. I think where you run into trouble as a toy collector is obsessing over, what is this going to be worth and who's going to resell it and who am I going to sell it to? And then you end up at the slippery slope of like, well, I don't even want this toy. I don't want this character, but oh man, this is going to be worth some money. I can flip this. I just think that's a bad road to go down. Just buy for pleasure, buy what you want. Learn to love what you love and not hate on everything else. If you don't like it, just like you, TFG1 Mike, move on from it.
Yep.
It's not for you, whatever, but don't sit there and shit on what people like because you don't.
Yeah, exactly. What is advice you would give to kids who enjoy toys?
I would say be yourself. Don't give in to pressures. I mean, I think that's just generic good advice, life advice. But if we want to tie it specifically to toys, keep playing with toys as long as you want. Give it up because you're personally sick of toys. Don't feel bullied into giving up toys. I think that's something that happened to me as I got into middle school and everything. I was one of the few kids in my, very conservative small hometown that wanted to keep being into toys, but I had to hide it. Like, I couldn't take them to school anymore. I didn't have a avenue to talk about them with my friends because they would make fun of me. It just had to be like this closet thing. Or sometimes I would just be like, well, I don't like them anymore because I, needed to be in the cool crowd. That's my advice, I guess. Keep doing what you know. And I think that's one of the nice things about, a lot of things suck about 2025 and 2026, but I think kids now are, they're allowed, everyone's allowed these things that maybe 20 years ago would be considered like, you can't do that because of your age. Now we can do what we want.
Age mage, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah. Life's too short to make decisions for other people. Do what you love.
Yep. Absolutely. What's that line from that one movie that's 40 years old this year? Life moves pretty fast. If you don't slow down and what the hell is it? What the hell does he say? God damn it.
Life comes at you pretty quick. If you don't slow down, sometimes you'll miss it.
Yeah, something.
That's
come on,
close.
God, Ferris. Oh my God, my best friend's brother's sister's girlfriend told me Ferris Bueller died last night. Oh God. That movie.
Just like
all right, folks. Yep. We are going to go to a second quick ad break. We'll come back for other promotions from Mike and other things, and we'll close the show right after this.
Kid? Yes? Shut up.
Beyond the Night is the GCRN's latest review podcast. We are covering everything in the Knight Rider television universe. From the classic 80s TV series to the 1991 reunion film, Team Knight Rider, and the 2008 relaunched series as well. So join TFG and Mike and Dion the Music Man as they go in-depth and Beyond the Night only on Geekcast Radio Network. You can find Beyond the Night in iTunes and on www.geekcastradio.com.
Kit.
Yes, Michael.
Just keep driving.
Hey, I'm Gary.
I'm Greg. I'm Chuck.
And I'm Justin. Join the four of us every week on the internet's #1 G.I. Joe podcast, What's on Joe Mind? That's right. It's Joe news, reviews, and special guests like you've never heard them before delivered right to your MP3 player.
Think of it as Joe Talk meets Sports Talk. And we make fun of Chuck.
Right, hey.
We're just kidding, Chuck. Kinda.
Yeah, sometimes Chuck makes fun of himself.
Right, hey.
It's What's on Joe Mind. Every week on the Geekcast Radio Network, InsidePulse.com, Stitcher Smart Radio, and iTunes. Download and listen today.
Can I say something about Transformers?
No!
Discover a world of vintage and modern toys that's more than meets the eye with the Triple Takeover ToyCast.
Hosted by toy writers and photographers Toybox Soapbox, 6O, and TF Square 1, this informal and chilled-out series of discussions cover everything from vintage Transformers to Mask, Diaclone, Microman, and more, be it nostalgic or current.
Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual robot enthusiast, all are welcome.
Triple Takeover ToyCast.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for ToyCast. Mr. Andrews, what would you like to promote, sir? Promote yourself.
Well, we've kind of wrapped up our run of 2Mikes 2Furious because we did our thing. We got through all 3 seasons of the show and talked about every episode with me and my co-host Mike Seibert. But we're not done. We're still talking to the creators after the show ended. Head writer Marty Eisenberg reached out to us, and in the last episode, he brought along a lot of his friends. There's still more meat on the bone, to borrow the catchphrase from Mike Seibert. We're still talking Transformers Animated, so find us wherever you find your podcasts. 2Mikes 2Furious, and me personally, I'll also be getting back to doing some writing. I have a few books out there. If you look me up on Amazon. And I'm hoping to get back to that. I'm hoping to put out a 4th novel here soon.
Absolutely. Very awesome. The thing about being daring, Mr. Andrews, is you don't choke on the bone.
Ooh, I like that.
Good old Dead Poet Society. You got to bring it back to Robin. Absolutely.
Oh, love it.
Yep. All right, folks. That's going to do it for this episode of ToyCast. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show, there are several ways to do so. You can visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can listen to and comment on all of our content. We have over 4,000 episodes, just under 17 years online. That's over 4,000 episodes in just 40 different unique podcasts. That's crazy. I am a machine. You can also visit shop.geekcastradio.com to buy all of our merch. We have t-shirts up to 4XL. We have mugs and mouse pads and a bunch of other stuff. Visit the shop. You can send an email to feedback@geekcastradio.com. You can check us out on all the podcatching clients you choose to use, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. You can follow us on all the social medias. We're on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. Next time on ToyCast, I have no idea. I have no plan. The only plan I have is what's coming up in episode 200, and I'm not telling you what that is just yet. So, for now, I am TFG and Mike with
Mikel Andrews. No TF, no G1.
Well, yeah, no, that's me, you moron.
Right. I'm more of a TFBW, Beast Wars.
That just doesn't roll off the tongue as much as TFG1.
Cool.
Yeah, no, not as cool. Yeah, you just keep slicing that pizza up there, Mikey. All right, join us next time when we will be talking more toys here on ToyCast.
Woo! This was great. Thank you. This is a lot of fun.
You know, there is one little improvement. We're talking franchises here, bud. All you gotta do is keep your delivery to under 30 minutes. Let's see what we got here. We got a pizza. Got that, dude? Pizza. Frisbee. Also cool. Who frisbeed me in the face? I'm out of here. Why,
All right, I'm getting up. I'll edit this part out, but I'm getting.
All right.
You got to see how dumb this damn thing is. Wait, it's over here. Come on, Mikey. You can come too. Well, lost that. Where'd that go? Crap, now I can't see it. Edit point, edit point, edit point.
Yeah.
Where am I putting this thing? Thank God Craig does not record video, because all of this is there. Oh, there it is.
Thanks, Craig.
There it is. There it is. Get over here. Get over here. Hey, get over here. Get. Stupid stand.
Got it.
Okay.